Welcome to Ecomm Cowboy. This is D2C's daily show where we believe advertising is awesome, ignorance is expensive, and the American dream is alive and well on the wild, wild web. It is Thursday, June 18th, 2026. We're coming to you live in living color from an undisclosed yet beautiful location hidden in the Austin, Texas hills, the unofficial home of internet entrepreneurship. We're brought to you by Postscript, Rocked Aftercell, Axon by App11, Proxima, Universal Ads, Rich Panel Intelligence, Northbeam, and Seguno. And we got a jam-packed show for you today. Midjourney, everyone's beloved tool for taking AI and making cool images on the web while being connected to a Discord. I remember this whole process. Midjourney is now getting into medicine, and I mean hardware medicine. They have released something very interesting that honestly it could fundamentally change the health world, especially you're not already sick health world. Reindustrializing founder edition sweaters have swept the timeline. I ordered one myself. They're available for all of $16, and methinks if this is the future of being made in America, we got a bright one ahead of us. Meghan Markle is trying to avoid perhaps a $5 million jam loss on her brand as ever. I forget the name, but we're going to talk about it. Ecomm is hard sometimes. And also Etsy is going after Prime Day in a very interesting way. We're going to be joined by Brandon Kim, co-founder and co-CEO of Brevite. No, Brevity. I remember now. Brevity, a goated content makers, brand, product, where sellers upon the interwebs. They're now helping many of us do more in the content space. Bill D'Alessandro, VP at Food Science, as well as Justin Anderson, Director of E-commerce and Growth at Recon Tools. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Get in here, Colin. Whoa. A big day on the interwebs, and we didn't give you your flowers for what you invested in and helped take place. Do you want to notify everyone?
No, I'll just let it sprinkle out into the
timeline. Wow. You know, you were talking about it a lot before we went live here, and very humble of you to not publicly take credit for unsaid thing that you helped bring forth. What Midjourney has brought forth is wild, a crazy pivot for them. We have a great synopsis from Grit Cult here. Noted poster. I'd like you to scroll down, producer Jack, and play this video for us. Give us a little bit of volume. While you do, I'm going to read. I just want everybody to take this in. Listen to this masterpiece, okay? I'm going to read on top of this. There's literally no explanation in the video. Beautifully done. It is a masterpiece. Thinking about the long-term application of this technology, real-time medical scans at a fraction of the cost of an MRI, medicine has changed forever. David Holtz, founder of Midjourney, said 12 of these scanning spa-type machines will be able to outscan every single MRI machine on Earth combined. Crazy. He even said long-term, you'd be able to vaporize cancer cells and other items, even food in your gut, potentially. You're able to see pregnancies in real time. Many complications from childbirth are going to be eliminated. Tumors, early detection, seeing real-time blood flow, even seeing the constituents of your own blood, seeing injuries, bleeds, potentially could even be used to cure blindness. It sounds like something from science fiction. Maybe even to detect matter shifts in brain, accurate way to see body fat percentage. All of this coming forth from Midjourney. Biology as a field is about to swing wide open. And what they are doing on top of using this ultrasound therapy to perhaps cure depression, all of these things, this medical usage here, they're going to be making Midjourney spas in San Francisco and beyond so that people can participate in these regular scans. And the timeline is going wild about this. It looks like a work of art.
Absolutely. I mean, this is very Minority Report. I don't know if you've seen that movie with Tom Cruise, where they all like lay in the baths and then can see the future. It's pretty wild. It is kind of what we were promised with AI, where we would have these pretty substantial advances in medical technology. And I think one of the huge issues right now is the fact that doing these types of scans within traditional services, within actually going to the hospital, wildly expensive to do. And the hospital is usually severely bogged down and bottlenecked by just a ton of different stuff that is not you. That's not you trying to get a preventative scan. It's bogged down by someone that just had an accident or XYZ thing, and they're going to take priority over you trying to get a preventative scan. But there's so many people that are trying to do preventative health right now. And so you're seeing this trend emerge of the private industries actually, answering the call here. I think this is a great idea. I'd love to see it in execution. I'd love to get one of these bad boys. I totally would. I could stream it live for us.
Can you purchase one?
I mean, no, I know. I'll go to the spa.
They've got to be incredibly expensive.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is like you have a cost of like, it can't meet the true cost of a scan that a hospital would, because then the fundamentals don't make any sense anymore. Because then it's like, well, then I'll just go to the hospital, and so there's this weird juxtaposition of like, okay, well then I think they have to make the med spa piece of this work.
I think so
that I can go in and basically just set an appointment, do a 10-minute scan, and then see everything. I also love the fact that it's fully 3D modeling.
Yeah,
I don't know if you pick that apart, where it's going to be a full 3D render of the inside of your body, full 3D render of every single organ, everything, and then basically just going and dialing everything out. AI has such an insane ability right now to spot different, cancer tumors or any types of abnormalities within scans that can basically outpace doctors very aggressively. And so this is that next frontier. I'd love to jump in one of these bad boys.
Well, let me just say this from the outset: like, this wasn't brought to us by OpenAI. And that's not a shot at OpenAI. This wasn't brought to us by Anthropic. This was brought to us by Midjourney, everybody's been inside of Discord. Like, I hardly even know how to log into Discord. I remember the first time I got into Discord, I'm trying to make AI generated images, and it's like I couldn't crack it. But it's been an incredible tool that has continued to develop. This is brought to us by Midjourney. Like, it's wild. It's wild that Midjourney is taking the power of developing technology into the hardware space in a way that actually benefits humanity substantially, like incredibly. Like, this has teeth all over it. I want to bring up this tweet from Kaido just to underline like a few of these points. 100 times faster than an MRI.
Crazy.
100 times faster. 10 times cheaper than an MRI. I'm saying this was brought to us by Midjourney. The people that we were logging into Discord with all the other gamers in the world, I felt like I almost felt like, am I doing something illegal? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. How do I sign into Discord?
Yeah.
But the people who were like helping the Gen Pop sign into Discord and test out making images, they're the ones that are bringing this to us. And this is not a concept. Like, I want to underline this from him. Full body scan in 60 seconds instead of an hour in a tube, ultrasound based MRI level resolution. This is actual. It's real. This is not a concept. They didn't like launch a video and say, hey, we're raising money so that we can make this. It like exists. It's it's wild. It's wild that Midjourney did this.
Yeah, and it's built by 9 people. That's at the tail end of this tweet. It's literally 9 people decided to build this, which is bananas. Like, I see a world where potentially hospitals will just purchase this. So you have this almost commercial offering that Midjourney allows. I think they're able to do this, and I could be totally off kilter on this. I think they're able to do this because of how much image data and image context history has been fed into Midjourney over so many years. I would say even maybe you could even say more than OpenAI, but there's been so much context modeling in the form of photos in generation and context put in that Midjourney might be the quote unquote like premier, like number one person in the world when it comes to photo context.
Well, I would love that to be the case. I don't know that it is. You can bring us back, Jack. I want to look at another tweet here soon. I want that. I'd love that to be the case. I don't know that that is though. I mean, it may be that I don't know like how these things work. I say that to say my thought about what's happened here, and we need to have somebody from Midjourney on here to talk about this. Um, my view of what's happened here is that these are people who like kind of happened upon something and decided to work out and apply tech that's available to everyone. And maybe they've got some kind of edge on something because they've been working with Midjourney and developing it. That totally could be the case. But for sure, they decided this is a specific application that will benefit humanity, and we are going to do it. The 9 of us. We're going to take what's, I would guess, largely available, and we're going to work on a specific problem, and we're going to benefit all of humanity in the vein of preventative health. Like, we're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. Like, we're not going to wait for Eli Lilly or for whatever, health organization. We're not going to wait for the American Heart Association to, give us a big grant. Like, we're just going to do it. And like, it's just wild to me that this now exists and is coming forth from a team of 9 people that, and it's like, it's coming from this company that's been like helping us make our AI art. Like, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
And the point here that I think is specifically helpful in the whole AI world is that if you want to like clear up your messaging, then do something like this. Like
100%.
do something that everybody can get
100%.
behind. Do something that
100%.
benefits humanity at a fundamental
Yeah.
level. Like, stop talking about like we're going to replace everybody's jobs. Start talking about the benefits here. Notice like this video, there's almost like no explanation. It's just a beautiful thing. And then you get the idea, you get details from the captions, but you get the idea like, yeah, this is like revolutionary. I'm going to be able to like see what cancer I have growing, be able to catch that early. Like, I may have more information about my child that's coming forth.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, it's crazy great. And it's wild to me that Midjourney is the team that did this. I love it so much.
Yeah, the same company that would do image generations of like puppy dogs holding cakes.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, same company? And they're like, yeah, same company.
Yeah.
What I love about this is exactly what you underlined. This totally changes the narrative and the branding for Midjourney and how serious you take them as a company.
For sure.
Where it no longer shifts from like, we make fun photos or like we make photos for your XYZ email or whatever. We make fun little photos you can share. There's a piece of our company that is making medical breakthroughs, leveraging that AI technology, and it's substantially better than anything the world has currently. That's such a different conversation.
Different.
That is totally different conversation. It also is an entirely different conversation when it comes to fundraising. So if Midjourney wants to go out and now be like, hey, we have all of this image, basically feed that's coming into us, image context. We want to pivot into basically the best medical imaging company in the entire world. That's what we're fundraising towards now. And it's like, cool. Here's $3 billion.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Easy.
Exactly. Yeah. And they'll have the benefit of like all the Gen Pop consumers actually liking them.
Yeah.
Like actually cheering for them. Like actually wanting this thing to win and to work. This tweet from Pit Desi at Pit Desi Sheil Monat. Bring this up for us, Jack. Midjourney is opening a health spa in downtown San Francisco with hot tubs, saunas, cold plunges, and a new form of medical imaging. So they're creating the IRL context for people to come and experience this. Full body ultrasound, do a scan in 60 seconds. They want to deploy 50,000 of them over the next 6 years. So, I mean, you see the images here. It's beautiful. It looks like I don't know. It looks like Art Deco. It looks like something. It looks like the
Yeah.
future that you want. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
when you watch this video, you see these images. Like, yeah, like that's what I thought. Like the sci-fi movies were going to bring us. You know, apart from like the dystopian things.
Yeah.
This is like the future that I thought we were going to get.
It
And this
looks
is like
like it
great.
was it looks like it was made by like a Greek goddess in Mount Olympia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was crafted through that, and now
Yeah.
you're gonna meet some like Olympic Greek goddess in here that's gonna help you with your foundational youth.
It's I love this so much, and there's a ton of takeaways. There's a ton of takeaways
Ton.
from messaging, especially in the AI category of the world. There's a ton of takeaways for consumer and your why and being able to pivot. What you do today. It's like Nintendo started as a whatever company. I don't even know what they
Yeah.
I don't even know what they were. They make games now. They've been
Yeah.
around forever, like where you start doesn't mean doesn't have to dictate where you're going. And what a beautiful pivot from them. Last details on this: Midjourney ultrasound is made in partnership with Butterfly Health. Did not know this.
Yeah.
Still cheap if you think this $50,000 unit figure is possible. By the way, they announced the partnership with Midjourney in November. I totally missed that.
Me too.
That was an indicator of where they're going,
Yeah.
and would have caught me as so strange at the time. They announced this partnership in November. Stock is up 300% since then, and I think probably they're going to be adding another zero to that. How much is it ripping?
It's ripping 42% today.
I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. And add another zero behind it. Like add another zero behind that thing.
Oh my gosh.
It's
That
bananas.
thing's up 42% today and climbing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wish I would have saw this and had enough inkling to know what was going on back in November. I applaud it. Ton of takeaways for our community. Go ahead.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. I think this is, and I've talked about this before on the show, this is the future of the good part of what AI is bringing to us. This is like that foundational promise of like, no, we're not going to absolutely destroy all the jobs. Our fundamental purpose to use AI is to improve humanity, to improve your day to day, to make sure you're improved in your, day to day with your family, and also on top of that to tackle some serious medical needs that you might have. And so there is this underlying piece of like, yeah, AI can be used for really serious and also beautiful, incredible things that can push humanity forward, other than just you making some like AI slop videos of Love Island strawberries.
And gosh, this thing is so tastefully done. It looks like a work of art.
So good. I'd love to know if it was their team that did this or if they hired somebody.
Yeah, I'd love to know. I'd love to know because they crushed.
Crush.
Moving forward to the rest of our stories of the day, ladies and gentlemen, before we get there, let us talk about the one and only Intelligems. What's the next idea that could change your business? Is it a price change? Is it adding subscriptions, maybe a new bundle, etc.? Discovering and testing those high growth opportunities is exactly why Intelligems exists. AI-powered testing platform that helps you find the changes worth making. If you're looking for your next big idea, they have you covered. Head to intelligems.io/audit. Just a few minutes, you're going to get 3 of those big ideas that you should be testing today. This AI-powered audit, totally free. Go to intelligems.io/audit. Make it happen. Find some changes that are going to drive meaningful revenue to your bottom line. Many thanks for Intelligems being part of this show. Next, Reindustrialize movement. It's real, baby. It's real. It's real. This tweet from Framework. Okay. I don't know if you saw this. This framework. Framework. I didn't even know what they were. Reindustrialized flag sweater was available for free yesterday. First 1,000 purchases totally free. Okay. I missed that piece. I didn't see that, but I did get it on the second round. I ordered my Reindustrialized flag sweater for all of $16. It is on its way to me right now, which I'm fired up about. And a lot of people had a lot of things to say about this. First tweet here from the founder, I believe, Denver Rayburn. He is the building fully automated textile manufacturing at Framework Automation. Yeah, he's a Reindustrialist. For anyone that didn't get a Made in USA Re-IND Summit sweater last night, we're giving away the first 1,000 for free. And then, they had the second round there available. I just say, like, if this is the possibility for Made in America automating, using robotics to create garments here, textiles here. America has deep traditional lore in textiles. If this is the possibility, being able to make something like this for 16 bucks, man, we got a bright future for bringing manufacturing back here to America. I did not know that they existed. I feel like you've got something to surprise me with here.
No, I totally see this as a different angle. I'm seeing it as the B2B marketer. This is an incredible B2B marketing hook.
Of course.
For Denver
of
to
course.
do.
Yes.
He got over 500,000 views on that tweet. And then what a piece of this is like, he's basically giving out, not really giving out, but 16 bucks for a sweater that now will start a conversation.
Definitely.
Because it's like, hey, what's up with that? There's a flag. It's a big flag. And so I would say as a lead gen magnet, this is a world-class execution on that. And I would imagine that his textile company is going to have some incredible inbound. This is like a great example of like, do an interesting thing. Don't do something so traditional and, hey, don't do like XYZ thing that everybody does. And it's like so boring. And it's like, oh, great. This is a nice little bland piece of rice. This is not fun to consume. Do something interesting. Do something fun. He's going to crush this. This is great.
And they did. Yeah.
They did.
Like you're saying, his original tweet here, 591,000 views. And then he did like an additional retweet like, hey, those are gone. But we're sold out 15 times more than our most optimistic estimate. Thank you, everyone, for ordering. Also, like, here's another 1,000, available for however many. And who are the people that are buying this? Man, it's all the cracked out people on X that are trying to grow their business, that are learning, that are reading, that are interested in this kind of thing. And I'll say, I'm very interested in this topic. I did not know that Framework existed, and so it's very effective.
Also, it pushed within our niche so aggressively. Of like James Camp saw it, Nicole from Warschaft Ventures saw it, Dennis Hickstead saw it, Gil from Shopify saw it. Also, by the way, website powered by Shopify. Duh. I mean, no other option here. But on top of all of those views, he's got 300 plus bookmarks. Like, these are people that are actually saving the content to like go later and probably check it out. And so one of the best hooks / like quasi launches that I've seen for lead gen in quite a while.
Yeah. So good. So good. Yeah. And a tweet here from Greg Sello, who is often talking about Made in America, etc. It is his thing. He says, China is absolutely cooked if $16 is the price point for an automated American-made crew neck sweater. I mean,
crazy.
Kind of a good point, really. I don't know, like, is he breaking even on this? I would think, like, he's losing money on the first 1,000. Maybe he is breaking even at 16 bucks with his automating what. I don't know.
What's crazy is each one is made in our Los Angeles factory. So it's designed in California, made in the US. So all this is happening within California. Absolutely bananas that this is being executed out inside of California. And somehow I imagine that's going to ship to you extremely fast too.
Yeah. I'm going to wear it on the show whenever I get one. Shout out Denver. Denver, we want you on the show. This is our public invitation. Come on the show. Let's talk about it, especially after I get my sweater here. Jack, sick. Producer Jack, can you bring up this website? I want to look at the homepage.
I'm in the website right now too.
You're on the website right now. Pull this up for us. I want to look at the homepage. I say again, so beautifully done. I did not know that they existed. Now I do. Scroll to the top and take us to the homepage, Jack. Yeah.
So good.
Automated apparel
Fires me up.
manufacturing in America. Scroll down for us. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that
Incredible.
beautiful cotton. Beautiful cotton.
Jack, can you scroll up and jump to the manifesto? It's top. Yeah, right. Look at that. Awesome. Full manifesto. Whatever happened to CEOs dropping manifestos about the origin and the why of our company?
Yeah.
I mean, so sick. It's absolutely badass. This is crazy cool.
I will say this is, the only person that I have really known in this space is Kai Rhodes of Anatar. I'm glad to know that Denver and Framework exists now. We need more of this. We need more of this, and exciting to see it roll forth. Wow, I'm gonna wear mine on the show when I get it. I'm gonna try it on. I ordered a 2X. Sometimes I'm XL. 2X is kind of. I just went. Let's just go safe with it. Give me 2X. See how it goes.
I'm an extra small.
You are not. You are not.
Yeah.
You are a schmedium all day long.
Whoa, dude.
Schmedium.
I'm a medium.
No, I say schmedium in the sense that you are the kind of guy that's built to rock a medium like swole style. That's what I mean.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Come on. For the boys. For the boys.
Yeah.
We're here for the boys. Next story of the day: Meghan Markle and her brand Ever After, as if. What is it? As ever? I forget. I continually forget.
It's so bad.
Her Royal Highness Meghan Markle launches collab. The headline here from the New York Post is Meghan Markle launches collab as desperate bid to avoid $5 million jam loss continues. That is a definite take. Okay. I don't know. I mean, it definitely got me to click. Okay. Are we, in some sense, we're all trying to avoid a loss on inventory. But let's bring this up. I'd like to read some of this, especially relevant because, look, Ecomm's hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving product, not easy. Okay. Even if you've got Her Royal Highness as the face, sometimes not so easy. I will say before we start reading, I looked on Facebook. I didn't see any Facebook ads running, brother. Not a one.
Yeah.
Couldn't even find them. I couldn't even find them on Facebook, which is really not good. Producer Jack, bring up this article. I've got it linked for you. I'm going to start reading as we move forth here. Article says, oh yeah, and this comes from her show With Love, Meghan Markle. Actually, Colin, you bring this up because my computer's wigging out on me. But there's important pieces of this that I think are really relevant to us. Biggest piece here, this launched as part of her Netflix show, okay, which has multiple seasons. There's a lot of people that ragged on the first one. I have to say I wasn't a huge fan, which not that important, okay? I don't have to be a huge fan. Not necessarily my taste, but and despite that, and despite the product launching, despite it being featured, I think they had some initial positive sales as things began. They ordered more product, and then sounds like they're having some trouble moving the next round here. Colin, do you have this article? We need to read it, and my computer's wigging out on me.
I have the article. So Meghan Markle revealed, this is the actual product page for the jam that is talking about in the article, by the way. So Meghan Markle revealed a new matcha collaboration with the wellness drink brand Clever Blends, as she reportedly could be facing a $5 million loss if she doesn't unload her jams. Crazy sentence. If she doesn't unload her jams onto the consumer. The Duchess of Sussex announced the now sold-out strawberry matcha set, $56, in partnership with her As Ever brand and the California-based company run by her pal. I'm proudly support Hannah and Clever Brands for so many years now. She captured a photo of herself. She posted in support of my friend and then just did a photo of herself on Instagram. Kind of awesome. Thrilled about this collaboration with one of my favorite gals and two of my favorite brands. The sweetest, always so proud to say that Clever is fueled by women raising each other up. Much love. Yeah, this is super cool. I just have a question. I just have just a question I'd like to throw out there. Why is the royal family selling jam? What's going on
Well,
here?
look, everybody's got to make a dollar, okay?
But
Everybody's got
do
to make
they
a dollar.
though? No,
Uh,
wait.
Everybody's got to make a dollar,
What? No,
okay?
they don't.
I mean, some of us do. Most of us do. Okay.
The royal family doesn't.
I think they are no longer subsidized by British taxes. I believe they
I
cut themselves
mean,
off from that.
did they cut themselves off? What does that
I
mean? What does that
I
really mean?
I think they did. I think they did. And sometimes you get used to a royal lifestyle, and costs creep up.
The number one comment on this post is imagine basically giving up being a prince so your wife could hustle jam and then losing
Yeah,
at it.
yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
first bundle quickly sold out.
Yeah.
She's a longtime investor and buyer of Clever. They've kind of been featured together, done some things before. Obviously, she's the Suits alum, but that following summer, they ordered more, and now they're looking at if she doesn't get rid of this run by in a year's time. Apparently, she's got $5 million worth of inventory. If she doesn't get rid of it by a year's time, then it's all going to be dead on arrival. They got to throw it away, which
Yeah.
that's the way the CPG game goes.
Yeah.
I mean, the first recommendation that I would make is time to run some Facebook ads. I think it's time.
Or a person that's never done a CPG finds out that inventory planning is very difficult. That could be the headline here.
It's hard.
It's one of the hardest things in the world. And to just novicely be like, I'm going to launch a jam company. There's people that have been doing this for like 15 years that try to do inventory forecasting and have multiple formulas broken out and try to cash flow out a perfect formula for inventory financing. And you're just going to be like, I'm going to start a jam company. Let's do this. I'm going to place a huge MOQ. And it's like, you're going to get your socks destroyed. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand the arena that you're jumping into. And she's just like, yeah, I'm going to be a jam merchant. And it's like, no, you don't understand what you just stepped into.
It's not easy game. Sources previously told Page 6 that Markle was left with an excess of jams after website glitch revealed. This doesn't sound right to me. The story here is that everything's selling out so well, and that there was a glitch that accidentally flipped there, and then they got notified, oh, we've got 650,000 jars that are unsold. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. Get on Shopify if that's the case. Okay. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't believe that. That sounds like a little magical to me. Everything's selling out, and then oops, glitch here. Actually, we've got 650,000 jars. That doesn't sound right. First point of note here. Time for some paid spend. They are bidding on Google. They got some Google ads going.
Yeah.
They are non-existent on Meta. I cannot find them in the Facebook ad library. That's a huge problem. Okay. And so here's my sage advice. Okay. Calculate how much those jars cost. Okay. Then add how much does it cost to ship them. All right. How much does that pick and pack cost? Okay. Add in, whoever you're paying to do whatever, add a piece of that into, and then, minus how much it costs you to make, how much do you have left over? Okay, let's take that number and then let's apply that to spend. Okay. And then, run those ads till you get rid of the jars. Okay. Or, Megan, we need another season. We need another Netflix season, and we need a few more posts. I don't think this one collab with Clever is going to do it. It's time to start really hustling some jars and make these things move.
Or just hire an agency. What are we talking about here? It amazes me that your stance on this is yeah, she's got to fix this. Am I supposed to feel bad for her? Am I really supposed to feel bad that the royal family is going to take a $5 million loss on jams for their passion project? Like,
you don't have to feel bad, but she's a founder. She's a brand founder.
this
E-commerce.
is like her 12th project probably, and she
Steve
doesn't even care about it.
Steve Simonson says the reason many brands are started is because the founders don't know the odds are so against
It's true.
That's true. Totally fair. We need that irrational optimism. Yes, we do, Steve.
It's true.
To launch new stuff, more losers happen, obviously, but ignorance is bliss. Yeah. Hey, you got to be delusionally optimistic. And, Megan was here. But I'll say, hey, we got time. We got time. Hire an agency. I got a few good friends. I
hire Tori Rowe.
I can direct. There's many people in my Rolodex that I could connect
oh my gosh,
Her Royal Highness with, and we can move these jars, baby. We got time. And also, we're gonna have to get nitty gritty and in front of that camera. We're gonna have to make some more posts and be willing to be downcast for it. Go ahead.
Tori Rowe, then immediately Justin and Haley Bieber get these jars tomorrow. They need all the jars.
Right.
Tori Rowe, hard execution on this. You gotta migrate that website to Shopify. You gotta rehaul this thing, Tori, and then make it amazing.
I don't believe the website glitch. That's a little hand wavy. I don't believe like 650,000 jars just kind of whoop woo 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 woo. Hey, they're here. We thought they were selling out. They're not. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. We have the one and only Brandon Kim coming to us of Brevite, co-founder and co-CEO. They're taking views and sales up and to the right forever and ever. Producer Jack, is Brandon with us as of yet? If not, I've got one more story that he is not here yet. One more story here, and we can touch on this again if we have time later in the show. Etsy with a kind of a strange campaign to go after Prime Day. The campaign here is shop other Jeffs. Okay,
so now weird.
It's at first listen. If you didn't know anything about Prime Day, and you hear the term shop other Jeffs, what in the world does that mean?
What does it mean?
What does that mean? What is that? What does shop other Jeffs mean? I assume they're talking about Jeff Bezos. Okay.
Yeah.
Bezos. But I don't know. I don't get that though. When I hear shop other Jeffs, this terminology here is throwing me off.
The weird thing about this campaign is for you to understand this joke and to understand this terminology, you also then are now informed about the Prime Day campaign. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, cool. And then I now have to be informed about the Prime Day campaign. So now you're just basically doing double marketing for the Prime Day campaign, but you're paying for it. And then you're calling out Jeff, but like Jeff owns like 20% of the company at this point. He doesn't really own much. He's not the dude in the trenches anymore. Yeah. Like it's totally owned by somebody else. I think this is such a weird shot call type of move. Super weird call.
We've got a video from them, which I'd love to watch. Maybe we don't have time now, but I kind of think what would be more effective here is just run a sale, like do something special on Etsy.
Yeah.
Give some givebacks. I mean, the big thing about Prime Day is like there's great deals on Amazon during Prime Day, and I'll be honest, I know it's a big deal in many corners of the internet. I never even know when it's happening. I'm not that plugged in. Like it's just not that it doesn't resonate for me. So I'm not looking at them, etc. But obviously for Etsy, it is a big deal. They want to compete. Probably just like bang your own drum. Tell everybody, hey, there's going to be great deals on Etsy. Like we're giving everybody corporate discounts. We're giving everybody good deals. Like come to our shop. I don't know if shop other Jeffs is really doing it. I don't think that's the path.
Super weird positioning from Etsy as well, because they're trying to basically do like the anti-billionaire kind of campaign, like a kind of an eat the rich type of campaign. Super weird vibes. They could have launched this and positioned this a lot better, done some better copy. This is just a super weird launch from them.
I think we should read some of this. Maybe even watch this video. Do we have time?
Yeah, let's watch this video.
Producer Jack, I'd like to watch the video. Bring this article back up for us and let's play it. Yeah, scroll down. There's going to be a video here. Let's just play it and see what happens. Maybe I'm too much.
I think you're right. Hit it.
Yeah, just hit the play button. Oh, Brandon's
Brandon
here.
is here.
Which I'm
Okay.
glad. I'm glad that
Which
he's
I'm
here.
glad.
I'm glad that he's here. We gotta wait. We gotta wait.
Wait.
We gotta wait
Yeah.
for Etsy. Producer
watch it
Jack
with
says
him.
no. Producer Jack says no.
Chopped
No
us.
video. No video for you because we have the
video
one
for
and
you.
only Brandon Kim of Brevite. Before he comes in here, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about Seguno. Seguno is the only marketing suite that lives entirely inside of Shopify. That means your emails, your pop-ups, your banners, your reviews, it's all there where you already work and play every day. And it means you don't have to seed your trust to big email and their over-attributed data. With Seguno, your Shopify data is your email data. That's why it is email 3.0. And it's why a big piece of why they won the 2024 Shopify Build App of the Year. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you, built for lean teams with big aspirations. Go get the advanced Shopify segmentation playbook available at the URL scrolling across the screen. Test drive the platform for free. Tell them Colin I sent you. They'll extend that free trial to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of this show. Now, we must bring the one and only Brandon Kim, co-founder of Brevite, inside of this show. Launched Brevite many years ago, over a decade ago, via a Kickstarter. And since then, quite literally billions of views. Billions of views.
With a B.
With a B. With a B. They have gone beyond 8 figures in revenue at this point. They are masters at their craft. We must bring him inside of here. Everybody, welcome inside of the show, the one and only Brandon Kim. Get inside of it.
Brandon's looking different today.
Brandon. Whoa! We got him. Oh, we got him.
Doing?
Brandon, man, we thought you were a goner, but then you reappeared.
We thought you were a goner.
Got to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, and
Let's go.
You did. Good to see you, my friend. Brandon, now, man, I am always interested. I'm always interested to learn from you guys because you, one of the 3 brothers, correct, that has launched and brought. Yeah, okay, awesome. Yes. One of the 3 brothers that has brought Brevite to the world and billions of views at this point, masters of getting attention and pushing people down the funnel to actually buy something. And I'm always interested to learn when you like just view the landscape of what's happening in brand world today, especially with content. And what are the big missings that you see? And what should people be doing, that you see like common mistakes? What do you wish everybody was capitalizing on who want to get views and sales out there instead of just paying for ads all the time?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. Organic is this really funny thing, right? It's shots on goal, right? And it has infinite upside potential, which Colin is very familiar with. But most people actually never end up doing the thing, right? They start for a bit and then they stop and then they start and they stop. But actually, if you just continue to post, it compounds. And maybe in the earlier days of organic or like some really very special cases, like you can drive direct revenue there. But oftentimes the result is reduced CAC, right? So like this is how you really can very easily and very cheaply build brand equity, right? Get people really dedicated to what you're doing. And then anything you launch, they'll buy. And so our brand, we still see tremendous traffic from our organic portfolio that exists. So it just continues to produce views. And then on top of it, like some of our highest revenue is like just comes from word of mouth from customers telling other customers, which is crazy. So it's been kind of a very fruitful thing for us to grow.
So it seems like what you're saying there, Brandon, is that the real missing is just brands not doubling down on it more and just doubling down on, we are going to make this a piece of our business. It's going to pay off. We will continue to do it. That will compound on itself and lead to lower CAC down the road. Is that right?
Absolutely. Because there's a few core fundamentals to creating content, right? Creating organic content that performs, right? It's not that much different from running an ad account, right? Like the fundamentals are fairly similar. It's just they're a little different, right? How you treat the hook has to be just a little different, and the way you treat retention has to be a little different. But once you understand those fundamentals, and you can learn those pretty quickly, right? Like you could probably learn those over like a month or two. Like you're hitting the ground running, right? That's why all these, like, even when we used to advise young creators, we're like, just make the first like 50 or 60 are gonna suck, so you might as well just make them. And then after that, you know, you begin to get on that treadmill and you begin to go. So yeah, like truly taking the time to understand those fundamentals, really, really great life skill set.
Brandon, I think in terms of, structures and templates and something that's a repeatable process, could you go through basically any structures or templates that you like right now that is repeatable for virality that basically any brand could pick up if they're willing to do that sweat equity piece of it and say, okay, cool, I'm willing to make this video. I'm going to rock and roll with it. Do you have any of those templates?
All right, we're gonna break it down real simple, wonderfully simple. See if you agree. So 90% of what you're doing should be in the hook, right? It's all about the hook. It's all about the hook. Most people are like, what's the totality of the video? No, it's the hook. If you can't get people to watch it, then the rest of the video is not worth it. So you got to focus most of your time, 90% of it, just like getting in. Like think about that first 1.5 seconds. It's like, are they interested? And then from there, it's like, get them in. What is it about really quickly? Points 1, 2, 3, and then you get out, right? People do way too much stuff. They're like, they have the hook, and then they're like, well, I'm this person, I'm Brandon, and I run this company, and let me tell you more, and let me tell you about what this is, and then let me tell you all this other stuff. And you don't do that. Instead, you just kind of like, hook, get in, 1, 2, 3, get out. And that is the easiest thing to do for anybody, any brand. So whether it's personal brand or, your actual brand, D2C brand. Really, I love that.
Brandon, tell me this. If you had to start Brevity and all you guys do, I know, it's not just the product side of your business. I know that you guys have a whole service side too here. There's like, I think I've heard of these creator cohorts. I've heard of, what you guys are doing in that sense. Did we lose Brandon? He's back.
He's back.
Oh,
I don't know.
We may have
Jack,
lost.
do you want to take him out? And
I think we're gonna have to take him out.
I think
we're gonna have to take him out.
Him.
We're losing him. We're losing Brandon. We're gonna have to take him out and bring him back in at some point. But what I'm interested to know is, I want to know, like, if they had to start all over and get billions of views today, would they do the same? Would they focus on YouTube, or would it be TikTok, or what would it be? I'm interested to know that, because gosh, it's a different landscape than 2015. Things have changed a lot over the past 10 years. And I wonder too if he's got like some AI sauce for us in that vein of growing views and attention and pushing people further down the funnel.
Also, incredible flex to join meetings and basically have your YouTube silver and gold play buttons behind you.
Always.
Like, oh, hey, what's up? Oh, these little things? Oh, sorry. Oh, you're talking about these things? Oh, so that's for 100,000. That's for that's for $1 million.
Exactly.
So the other one, the 10 million one, that's like right behind me too. Like if you want to see that one, I can bring it up here. I can show you that. But I got a couple play buttons. Yeah, a couple more on the way.
Yeah, producer Jack, is Brandon back with us? I'd like to try and bring him back in here. Not yet. Well, too bad. We'll get him back. While he's gone, I want to see this video from Etsy. Let's want this video from Etsy.
Let's do it.
Jack cut me off, and it's her job, but she cut me off, and I want to see this thing.
Let's see this thing. Let's see the hook of this thing.
Play this video, producer Jack. I want to see if I'm full of it here, or if I have...
One Jeff should not rule commerce. There are over 5,000 Jeffs on Etsy. Real people making real things.
I'm Jeff. I'm Jeff.
I'm Jeff too.
Shop non-billionaire Jeffs. Etsy.
Okay, all right. It's not as bad as I thought. It's not as bad as I thought,
but it could be so much better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just so much more that they left on that to chew. And it's like, cool, maybe you talk to one of those Jeffs and have his story, or like give it a piece of that. Like that was just so brief. Like Why am I supposed to care about these other Jeffs? Like, tell
Now,
me their story. Tell me how they were impacted.
I'll also say, how many people actually knew who they were talking about when they say
exactly.
like non-billionaire Jeffs?
Like,
Is that like 15% of the people that saw that video? Do they know
so weird.
who they're alluding to?
Yeah.
We live in a crazy busy world.
Yeah.
If you want to say Jeff Bezos, I think you need to say it. Otherwise,
You have to.
Or just say Amazon.
Yeah.
Like say it. Like you got to say
you
it.
have to.
Like I think what probably would happen is that everybody internally was really jazzed about that. Of course, I have context. Like I know what's going on. So like I get it. And I think it's a beautiful video. And I love the thrust of it. There's a ton of other Jeffs. Look at all these Jeffs. Buy from them.
Yeah.
I like that. I do. I like that. It's just this messaging piece that I think they missed on here.
I totally agree. Yeah.
It's a little. Okay. The one and only Brandon Kim is back with us. We need producer Jack. I want to clap him in because he deserves this from our live studio audience. Everybody, welcome Brandon Kim. Go counter back.
We are so back.
Let's go.
We're back. We're back. Okay, Brandon. If you had to start over, I know you've logged billions of views at this point. But it's not 2015 anymore. If you had to start over today from zero, and how would you do it? Would you focus on a certain platform? Apply those same principles. It's all about the hook, baby. But how would you do it? Would you focus on a certain platform that may be different than what you guys started out with? What would that look like for you?
Dude, honest to God, I think what I would have done alongside it is all the founders should be creating some sort of personal brand. And so that's what we didn't do. Like we were on this like absolute rocket ship going up, right? Like we're doing like 150 million views a week kind of rocket ship. It was crazy. Like we couldn't get our head around it. And at the same time, like we were so busy building the systems behind it, right? It took us like we had to build our own like almost enterprise level system behind it, which you don't need to do anymore because now like AI and all that just makes it streamline cleaner. There's platforms that streamline cleaner for all those assets to be managed. And what we should have done is all the founders done a lot more talking, growing our own personal brand, because those kinds of accounts build even more brand equity, right? So like your main brand account is kind of like where the brand lives, right? And that's kind of what has changed in recent time. So like that's where people, they really get to understand, like fall in love with you. And then creating really lightweight forms of content that the founders are doing, right? Or even different team members are doing, is just a really wonderful way to halo all of those views. So like not only do you have your primary account doing those views, then those other accounts are also doing their own views. And for really not that much time, I think as content has developed over time, it used to be this like really labor intensive thing, and it's become a lot more lightweight, I think, in recent history.
Brandon, do you have any kind of like wild hooks that you have never tried that you always want to have in your back pocket that you're like, I can't find a brand that is unhinged enough that's willing to do this, but I know these couple hooks would absolutely rip? Do you have any that come to mind, or have you kind of already deployed those and tested them and you're like, these rip?
All right, we've deployed most things. It becomes a balance of like, how much do you want to disrespect your product or disrespect your brand, right?
Sure.
Like something shocking. Like we used to like pour tons of like ketchup and things like that on our product, and it would stop people. Like people would immediately stop. Those videos would get like 50 million plus views, right? Super crazy. But for us, we were also sitting there, we're like, well, we don't really want to like, we always were like, well, maybe we'll like roll over the bag or something. Like we'll go get a car and we'll just run over it, right? But then you're also kind of disrespecting it. So there's balance there. It's like, what kind of views do you want? Those kinds of views, you end up maybe picking up more international views, or you end up picking up more children or things like that. Whereas like what you're looking for is like probably like some real sweet spot. I think like if you're getting like 10,000 views on a video and it's like really targeted, that's really wonderful. Whereas like going mega viral, you have to be far more appealing to a bunch of random people than something that's like incredibly targeted and really focused. So at this point, I think like my goal, I think with content is to get like 5 to 10,000 views, right? And then like if you're getting like 100,000 targeted views that are like per video that are really good, that are really focused, that's wonderful. You can really build off of that. And so like those are building blocks towards it. So I don't have like an exact hook, but anything like that's like, why should I care? You know, just like absolute crazy, unhinged, always gets
this is surprising to me, because you've done so many views and you're actually more interested in like, well, yeah, it's like, who's really seeing it though? I wanted to make sure like it's core of core people that I'm after that should be seeing my stuff. That's compelling. That's compelling, Brandon. I'd like to know more of what you guys do on the kind of the service, helping consulting side, creator cohort. I also, brother, I know you mentioned, you just in passing, you just mentioned, oh, we've rebuilt our system so many times, but now in the, time of AI, one can do X, 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 and Y. I want to know about that too, because some of us need that kind of sauce and help, Brandon.
Totally. Well, all right, like keep it really lightweight, at least from like the back end perspective, right? You used to have to build out like large Airtables or different enterprise level things. Instead, now the goal is to post, right? You don't want the system getting in the way. And like for us, when we produced over 3,000 videos. And when you think of that, each video might have 20 different shots in it. Like you're suddenly looking at like hundreds of thousands.
Oh my gosh.
That's lightweight, right? Like, so don't do that. Instead, like, do the hook, get in, 1, 2, 3, get out. And you just like run like a pretty simple system. So like for us right now, we're tinkering around with like AI integrated with Airtable and a few of these other things. Like, I don't even think you need to do that. Most of the time, like a good Notion board will mostly do the trick. And just go and post it directly yourself. Like it's really important just to get used to pressing that button and getting it out there. Something else we've done recently, because we want to support the creator economy. That's like what we view our brand. And so that doesn't just mean bags, right? It means other things, right? It can mean clothing or other kind of like tangential items. It can also mean we recently launched our what we call a creator. So creator cohort is teaching you how to make content, right? There's ways to make content. Like there's so many different people talking about how to do it. There's actually like a few really good right ways to do it. And so if you cut through all the ways, it's actually not that difficult, right? You just need to learn to flex that muscle, get that muscle strong, right? And you need to learn how to do it in a way where you can have a lot of longevity, right? Well, I find like a lot of the advice out there isn't good for you. It's not good. Like you can't do this endlessly. Like we all have a life, right? We have like you have your job and you have your kids at home and all this stuff. You can't be endlessly then focusing on this next thing that may produce, right? Instead, you need to focus heavily in on like doing it the right way and doing it in a way where you can start and then never stop. And so we launched Creator Cohort last month. We are now, we recently launched our second cohort. So that'll be starting in July. So if anyone's interested in learning how to make content and like Dylan and all that stuff, that's like, that'll be launching mid-July, and we're really excited about it.
What's it look like, Brandon? I mean, are you people, you guys getting together on a Zoom every, couple of weeks, or I mean, what's give us details on what that cohort, plays out like.
I would love to. So the cohort is like, it's about a month long or so. And so there's weekly meetings as well as kind of different one-on-ones that can take place. And then we have like different coursework that unlocks as you go through it. And the point is to get you used to posting. And so after you're used to posting, then it's about giving you a few different ways, right? A few different formats, and then ultimately learning your own format, which is really important, right? Most people, like the greatest way to find longevity in this is to find something you love, right? And marry that then to doing it in a way that you love it, right? And then so that you can continually do that, which most people don't talk about. Instead, like you get like the same old adage, right? You get like, you should be posting 3 times a day, 5 times a day, doing all this stuff. But actually what you need to do is learn really few key formats that work really well. And you need somebody to kind of guide you through that, at least in the beginning, so that you can then eventually come up with your own opinion. So we can operate kind of as a source of truth, or kind of that North Star.
Like that. Like that, Brandon.
I love that. Do you have an example of a kind of a video that you guys posted that you were really hesitant about, that you thought internally, you know, this is not going to do well. I don't really like the concept that we're doing in this video. I think this is going to underperform. But then it just went banana sandwich, and you're like, all right, now we got to repeat that because we were totally wrong about that.
Yes, we have tons of those videos. So you actually don't post more to get more views. You post more to test more, right? So like we're always testing. If like, you know, if you're posting, you know, 7 videos a week, right? Like you're breaking them into different content pillars, right? You're testing those, you're testing the formats, you're testing the hooks, whatever it is, you're testing. So you're not more like if you post 21 videos or 42 videos a week, right? That's not going to increase your views. We did have a video, I remember it was like a water test. Like we just like, it was obnoxious, right? We like dumped water on someone else's bag, and then we just like slightly sprayed our bag.
Right.
And that thing freaking ripped. It was like 50 million views, like there's thousands of comments, there's like hundreds of thousands of shares, and we didn't even know what to do with it. We're like, this was just something we did. So like there's kind of a lot of those moments where you're making these things and you don't know what they are, but you're like, it might work. So everything just has to have kind of a thesis to it, and you're testing something.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
I love that. Brandon, man, tell us, people want to get involved. They want to learn from you. They want to test more and have a bit of a North Star as they get in and further into the creator content game for their brand or for their personal endeavors, et cetera. Where do they find you? Where do they follow you? How do they get going?
Yeah. You guys can follow us on any platform at Brevite, Brevite. If you go to our website under cohorts, you'll find this cohort program. Next one's running in mid-July. It should be brilliant. I highly recommend you guys sign up. We're keeping the class really small. And then you guys can find me on Twitter or any platforms, usually under @BrandJKim. So I'm not too active.
Let's go.
Maybe we need to get in there. Colin Doherty. I think
for sure.
I need to get in there.
Yeah.
Brandon, man, we appreciate what you do and love your focus. Appreciate you bringing the frameworks that you did. And we look forward to having you back and hearing how cohort number 2 goes. Thank you, man.
Let's go.
Appreciate you.
Thanks so much.
The one and only Brandon Kim. Although some people, might get him confused with his other brothers. He is the one and only. He is the one and only.
Yeah.
As we move forward here, of course, you're welcome, Brandon. Thank you for coming to us, brother. As we move forward here, let us talk about the one and only Postscript. Focus is an amazing thing, is it not, ladies and gentlemen? It is. When you focus, you get outsized results. And there's a reason why when people make the switch from whatever SMS partner they're using to Postscript, they see on average a plus 22% increase in SMS revenue. Now, I didn't see that. I saw a whole lot more. We went from making very little money on SMS to being a top 1% account on the entire platform inside of a year. And the way that we did that was I just listened to what they said. And what Postscript is saying, whose goal is to make SMS your number 1 revenue generator, what Postscript is saying is that you're leaving money on the table when your customers text you back. Go to the conversation report, direct-to-consumer.co/the conversational report. You're going to get all the data on AI Shopper, being able to have one-to-one conversations with your customers at scale, brand voice, brand product knowledge appropriate. Nate Lagos was on this show. He turned on AI Shopper, made an extra 17K in one day. And now Postscript's Ask Shopper gives you access to all that rich conversational data it is gathering. Go to Postscript, tell them Connor and I sent you. Many thanks for Postscript being part of this show. Before Bill D'Alessandro comes here, I think we have a tweet that we need to look at. A little breaking news.
Just a funsy one. It's not crazy news. It's not like crazy news, but it's just a funsy one where I think
breaking. It's breaking.
Yeah,
news.
It's breaking. It's breaking. It's also fun.
Can't wait to meet
Alex
you.
Yeah. Let's hit the.
Yeah,
there we go.
Volume here.
Okay. Alex Ramosi. Everybody knows.
You want to sit?
Alex and Layla Hormozi.
Everybody knows.
This is them like this is like the gender reveal for their baby.
This is a gender reveal for the baby they're having.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
Good on them.
Let's go.
We're gonna.
The amount of lead funnels this child is going to be good at is crazy. This child is going to be the best marketer in the entire world
Ever.
Should we take the paper off first? Yeah.
Jack, you want to scroll a little bit more until they get to the cut?
No, it's filling. Look while you cut.
How am I gonna?
Yeah, keep going
No.
a little more.
Down.
Out.
Yeah, just push down.
But you're gonna see
There you go.
frosting on the knife.
No, just like don't look. Like throw it.
It's not gonna work.
Don't look.
Pull it off.
Don't look,
Okay.
Alex.
Pull it off. Ready?
Okay.
Let's see.
And
All
then
right, let's see what happens. What
two,
do we got?
Let's see who
Three.
Hormozi's going to have.
Aw.
Baby, I'm guessing girl. Oh, baby boy.
Baby boy.
Baby boy is blue.
Oh my God, my
Wow.
Baby
Let's
boy.
go.
Good on Alex and Layla
Huge.
Hormozi having a
Huge.
baby boy. You can bring us back here, producer Jack. Good on him. Methinks that this little boy is going to be the best lead
So
generator
good.
that has ever lived.
So
And
good.
he's going to be getting leads on my smart glasses that I
Yeah.
will be wearing untethered from my phone.
Easy to be
Whenever
live.
he's gonna be getting leads on all of our eyeball lenses. He's gonna be sending ads to my Neuralink as I sleep at night. He's gonna be infiltrating my dreams.
Yeah.
And an incredible couple,
Power.
and powerhouse couple. And
Powerhouse
congrats to them for having their little one coming forth. We have now the one and only Bill D'Alessandro coming inside of the show right now, VP of Corporate Development, coming to us by way of food science. This guy, he knows a thing or two. He knows a thing or two. I think he's scaled a little revenue in his day. I think he's appropriately used debt, methinks, in his day, because he's also got a lot to say about that. And I think if you've got a dog or a pet that is alive, he probably knows what brands that pet needs to be consuming and the biggest bets to make over the next 10 years inside of that space. We must welcome him inside of this show. Welcome now the one and only Bill D'Alessandro. Get in here, Bill.
Let's
Get
go,
in
Bill.
here.
All right. Man, that is a great intro. And the first time in a decade I've not been introduced as a CEO, which was kind of weird. Having run my own business.
Really, man?
Well, I've run my business for a
Really?
decade and I'm not anymore, which is weird for me.
Whoa.
I mean, so tell us about this. Tell us about this, Bill, because I think a lot of people that get into Ecomm, you don't need a PhD. A little freedom there. I can start a business. I can sell stuff on the interwebs. It's kind of nice. I can be my own man or my own woman. And now you've got like a normal job again. Like, I mean, I guess,
Well, I've managed to make it not so normal. It's
Okay.
it's
I was
actually
about to say, yeah.
it's been super weird, but fun. So I don't know if people, know me. So I've been in e-commerce for over a decade. The main business that I grew was called Elements Brands, which was a holding company. We had 8 brands under the umbrella. The largest of which was called Natural Dog Company, which we sold to Food Science last year. Food Science is a Morgan Stanley Capital Partners portfolio company. So I am now the VP of Corporate Development, which is a fancy way of saying I'm in charge of acquisitions. So
All right.
my job is to go buy other businesses, other pet businesses. So if you are listening and you have a pet business and you want to sell it, I have a checkbook. We would love to.
That's right.
But it has been wild because I actually put in for PTO now, which, I haven't done in a decade. It is a wild thrill to put in a request and just disappear because just go. Like you guys know, you run your own business, you can take vacation whenever you want, but you're not really ever on vacation, right?
Not really.
But the bifurcation of just to lob in a PTO request and be like, I'm out. I'll see y'all next week. Wild thrill. So that was new to me.
I'm happy that you can do this. I somehow tied to the various accounts and such that I've been managing over the years. Even when I'm on vacation, I've never really taken a vacation. But I love this. I love this, and it rings so true. It rings so true, Bill. I understand that you are hailing to us by way of Charlotte, North Carolina. You're part of the Ecomm gang
That's
there. Is
right.
that right?
That's right. That's how me and Colin. Colin, where are you? You like right down the street from me?
I probably am. I'm in East Charlotte.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in South Park area. So yeah, we're
Oh,
probably 10 minutes away
Nice.
right now.
Casual flex. Chris, South Park is an incredibly nice area of Charlotte if you want some lore about South Park.
Just a little flex.
I didn't live in South Park before I sold the business. Let me put it that way.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well,
yeah.
we're glad that you do now, Bill. Tell us, man, what's going on in the pet world? What are you excited about? I mean, we've been seeing like things developing with Loyal, and the dogs are going to live forever, and but I saw some metrics recently that maybe a little less spending on the pets as of late. In general, kind of macro trends. What's going on in the pet world? What excites you?
So it's interesting. Pet has been on a wild ride, for the past kind of 5 to 8 years. COVID was gasoline on the pet industry because suddenly everybody was home. And so they got dogs and cats, but largely dogs. And then also their dog is sitting staring up at them all day, every day. And so they started spending more money on the dogs, right?
Yeah.
So both total head count, dog count, and dollar spent per pet exploded. It also interplays with just the general people are having fewer kids and getting more dogs. The humanization of pet. This is like a huge macro trend. People are having birthday parties for their dogs. They're giving their dog supplements. They're giving their dog steak for dinner. So just dogs are the new kids. Plants are the new dogs is the other thing that I've heard. So basically, like everybody that used to have a kid gets a dog. Everybody that would have had a dog gets a plant. I'm not sure this is a healthy trend overall, but it's definitely happening. So there was kind of this huge explosion during COVID. And my business, Natural Dog Company, really rode that wave. We scaled substantially during COVID. Great for everybody in the pet industry. Tons of private equity capital came in. So very heady days. That was when Zesty Paws sold for 6 times revenue, when Pet Honesty sold for something approximating that, et cetera. A ton of capital came into the space. The last couple of years of pet is a little bit of the shakeout. All those dogs are still here. Right. Everybody that got a dog in COVID, like you can't get them back. Those dogs are still here. But so much capital and so many brands came into the space. Now we're kind of seeing who has the staying power and who the winners are. There's so many Me Too brands. There's so many people with the same hip and joint supplement, the same kind of Skin & Co supplement, et cetera. So there's a real desire now. There's a ton of capital that wants to invest in the space. I mean, Morgan Stanley wants to put 9 figures of capital.
Let's go, baby.
In the ground in pet, right? So, and we're one of a number of private equity firms that have numbers that size. Wow. Challenge though, the space is growing at 10% a year over year. The TAM is like 1 to 1.5 billion, which sounds like a lot, but let's say $1.5 billion TAM, how much of that is the big established players? Probably half. Right? How much of the remaining businesses are, have already sold or are ready to sell or are big enough to sell? And so the TAM of there's only, a couple $100 million of acquirable pet supplements revenue right now. And the private equity firms, us included, are really looking for what makes these brands different. Everybody's got the same hip and joint supplement, but like, do you have a patented molecule? Do you have just having a brand? Oh, we have IP. What is it? It's our logo. That's not enough. The private equity money really wants to see studies, science, patents, and that's what we're really focused on at Food Science. I mean, our business has been around since 1970. It was family owned. Now it's private equity owned. But what drew Morgan Stanley to it was that we own several patents on pet supplements, ingredients. We can make claims. We've done studies. So that's kind of where the pet industry is right now. Is it's really shaking out a lot of kind of the Me Too, same formula, meta ads, machines, brand. It's some of them are still doing very well, but the CACs are really high. It's almost impossible to be first order profitable in the space. I mean, CACs are between 60 and $100 typically. Selling price is 30, 40.
Oh, brother. Yeah.
But the LTV is great. Right. So there's this J curve where you have to invest in the J curve. Retention really matters. So being well capitalized helps a lot to kind of ride.
Yeah. That's a good point.
But then there's also a lot of these brands. Like I saw a founder the other day. This business was 3.5 years old, and they were tracking for 80 million this year in pet supplements. I mean, crazy, like out of nowhere, all Meta and YouTube. The problem though was it was a whole bunch of contractors, like no full-time employees, a whole bunch of international people, and it was like all Meta direct response ads. And so private equity looks at it and go, what are we buying? Right? Like who's like, oh, we're going to be left holding the bag. Like whose throat do we choke? You know, the founder leaves. How we run this loosely coupled network of agencies and contractors and all this stuff. And then the claims are totally out of bounds. Like they're making claims that like, if we were to buy this, we would get 20 letters, class action letters. Like the press release goes out, right? Morgan Stanley acquires such and such. Boom, lawyer field day. So what's interesting is people are scaling, but it's very hard to create a saleable asset right now because it's hard to get on the shelf at Petco because you go to Petco and you go, hey, look, we're doing 50 million online and I've got this hip and joint supplement. It's glucosamine and chondroitin and green lip muscle. And they go, I have 4 of those on my shelf already, right? Like I don't need you. And so it can be really hard to kind of crack out of that little D2C bubble. It's also very hard to scale in the D2C bubble without something really different and without making claims you're not allowed to make. So it's a hard needle to thread to create a saleable pet asset right now. But if you can do it, there are oodles of dollars, like desperate for it. Desperate for it. So if you're a founder out there, like I have thought this for a couple of years, huge opportunity to build private equity shaped, acquirable, clean, science-driven brands right now. Acquirers are paying double-digit multiples. I mean,
Colin's like on fire in his brain.
I'm going crazy right now.
I know you're on fire.
I'm thinking about all of this all the time. So when you're looking at that business specifically, is that just spitting off a ton of free cash flow? And then for a way that you're thinking about that, could you make the argument back to Morgan Stanley where, okay, yes, this is throwing off a ton of cash flow, but we're also willing to then put in basically an interim CEO who's going to be a new operator to basically de-risk the business out of Meta?
I mean, you guys know that's a lot easier said than done. You just hand wave,
totally
like the biggest hand wave in CPG. Once you diversify away from Meta, like, well,
it's easy.
It's easy. But also, like, you got to remember, like, what price is the best diligence? And so, like, if I get to pay 1 times EBITDA, sure, we can do all that. But these businesses are asking for double-digit EBITDA multiples, revenue multiples, whatever. And it's just too much risk. And like that founder is going to get a huge check. And like, you just got to hope that he stays interested enough to like pass the baton. And actually, this guy I'm talking about is an incredible marketer. I mean, like real talent, right? Which
he must be.
He is legit, like incredibly great marketer. The problem though, is that makes his business less saleable because it's obvious like he's the magician. Right? Like he's the whole business, which is great for him. Like he's making a ton of money in cash flow, but until he can kind of step out of the middle and very convincingly build a team that is the magic, the business is not nearly as acquirable.
Wow.
I have had this exact same sentiment for a clothing brand within our space because the founder is the exact clothing brand. It's through and through. And I've talked with the people in operations there and I'm like, you realize as long as he stays in there, this thing is basically hitting scale. Like you're basically destroying him personally because he is the business and it's like so closely tied at that point.
Yeah, it's very hard to exit when it's so founder dependent. I mean, if you want to exit and walk away, if you have built a founder dependent brand, sure, raise minority growth capital, sell 40%, stay on, hire a CEO and stay involved. You know, that is a path that is open to you. But if you want to kind of sell 80+% of the business and then transition out of the business, almost impossible if you are the magician.
You know, you're bringing up a point here, Bill, often as you're talking about having a, like a proprietary product. There's like something that is fundamentally unique about it. And this seems to be, even cross categorically true. It's definitely it's not 2016 anymore. You can't just like spin up oh, he's got a hat company, now I got a hat company, and we run it on Meta and we make lots of money. Right. This kind of proprietary type product, I mean, it seems to be more necessary than ever. Like, where's the innovation at, man? I mean, totally. Is it like discovering a new molecule that somehow you patented own? I mean, like
probably licensing a new molecule, right? Probably finding one that has already been created. There's actually, which has been interesting, I've spent more time in this space over the last year. There actually are a fair number of businesses that are $1 million in sales and barely break even, because the skill of developing the new molecule very often does not overlap at all with the skill of creating a brand, running meta ads, etc. Same thing does not overlap at all with the skill of running a pet supplements manufacturing facility, right? Like these are why value chains exist. So some of the work that I've been doing is trying to find these smaller businesses that have real science, but are just bad at business, and trying to make them a deal where they can participate some on the upside and say, hey, like, we already work with tens of thousands of veterinarians. We already have shelf space at every major pet retailer and Target and Walmart and all these places. So why don't we take your IP, package into a product with our name on it, pay you a royalty, and we both win here, because you can't do this without us.
Well, that's the deals we're exploring. That sounds like hand over fist. Everybody needs to be giving Bill that deal. They need to be rubber stamping that one, saying, yes, please.
Yeah, I mean, bring them on. We're trying. That's my job, is try to find those.
That's a great deal.
But you're right, though, in that there is so much Me Too. And in big TAMs too, like clothing is like the classic massive TAM, right? Yeah. And Me Too can totally work, and you can build a brand on brand, right? If the product's not that different. But to get the really big exit multiples, you really do have to have something different. And this is not just in pet. And the way AI is commoditizing marketing and operations, I mean, one of the last remaining moats is product. It's got to be legitimately different, and it's got to be protectable, because that's the other challenge. Like, I see, I have seen some businesses that have a unique molecule or ingredient, but it's off patent. And this just means no one else is doing it. As soon as you scale and win, everybody else will go, oh, and your Amazon will be full of competitors, your Meta feed will be full of competitors. So having both unique product is great, it's necessary, but not sufficient. You also it has to be protectable. I mean, as you guys know, having been around Ecomm, like all the Chinese clones, all the marketers who are better than you. I mean, like the piranhas come, right? As soon as any blood in the water. So the best businesses have some sort of moat, protectable, so they can repel the barbarians at the gate.
That's where the gremlins come out. That's where all the Ecomm gremlins come out. I want a piece of that pie, baby.
Yeah. That's right. And then you look at them and you're like, crap, they're better than me too at marketing,
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I mean, Bill, just going through all of this and going through the due diligence of a ton of these brands, are there any other categories that you're super fired up about? I know that you're specific into pet, but is there any other categories where you're like, this is a really beautiful business being built right now, a beautiful category that private equity would just gobble up? Like, is it the peptide category? Is it XYZ category that you're just fired up to have a Groon's exit on?
The peptides for dogs. Peptides for dogs, maybe.
That's what Loyal is. I mean,
exactly.
Peptides for dogs, right? I think we're probably it's funny. I was going to say we're maybe a ways off from peptides for dogs, but what's interesting is we might not be, because the regulatory barriers are so much lower in animal. Yeah. So, and that, by the way, is Loyal's whole thing. They're trying to prove this out in dog and then take it to human, because the regulatory barriers are lower in dog. That's their whole strategy.
Oh, look at you, Bill. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's their whole thing. They've got this compound that they think is a longevity compound, but how are you ever going to take that to human? Because your trials need to be 30 years long. Yeah. Right? Like, it's not viable. And also that whole FDA is miserable, right? So they're going to do it in dog, who have shorter lifespans, fewer regulatory barriers, and then try to make the leap to human.
Tip of the cap. We need to have a tip of the cap for Bill D'Alessandro here. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. And that's good sauce for us. Tell me this, Bill. I have heard you often riff on debt in a positive sense. I think maybe just because of my background, growing up like working class, lower middle class, just my own background from East Texas and all the things. I'm just like debt bad,
Sure.
and I got to avoid that. The only debt I want to carry is my mortgage, and debt bad, no debt, please. I've just kind of like grown up and lived in this kind of bootstrapped mentality. And tell me, how do people, use debt and not burn themselves up, ruin their business?
You've been hanging out with my good friend Andrew Darian. I saw you had him on the show
Yes,
a week ago, and it seems like he's working your mouth, because he and I always spar about this, because he's the same way, and I think a lot of people are, rightfully so, because most people, when they think about debt, they think about consumer debt, consumption debt, right? A car loan, a credit card debt, like those types of things. And yes, those things are financial poison, and you don't need to be over levered in your personal life. But business debt, or I would say asset-backed debt, and I'll use your example of the mortgage, right? A mortgage is fundamentally not credit card debt. And there's, somehow that the mortgage is okay and the credit card debt is not, right?
Yep.
And the reason the mortgage is okay is because it's backed by an asset that is hopefully appreciating, but also in theory, it's cash flowing. Your house is not cash flowing you directly, but it's saving you the rent, right? There's a financial calculation in owning that asset where the leverage makes sense. You can take that same concept and bring it to business debt, which can make a ton of sense. You've heard debt referred to as leverage. Right? Where does that term come from? It literally is referring to the lever, right? It magnifies your outcome. So if you put debt on a financial investment of any kind, the acquisition of a business, the ownership of the business, the expansion of a business into a new area, et cetera, you're going to have to put less of your money, aka equity, in, because you get to put some of the bank's money, debt in, right? If things go good, you do great, right?
Yeah.
Because the bank only needs to get paid back their principal plus 12% or whatever, right? They don't participate in the upside at all, right? If things go bad, you get zeroed out really fast, right? And you know this in the context of buying a house, right? If the house declines a little bit in value, all of your equity is vaporized. So debt magnifies your returns. So debt in itself is not bad. Debt is a tool. I always say to people, it's like fire or a gun. Like you can cook your dinner or burn your house down.
Burn that house down.
Fire is not bad, but it's dangerous, right? It's a powerful tool, and you have to know what you're doing. And the challenge in the e-com space over the last 5 years has been kind of the rise of this merchant cash advance style lending. Click a button, no diligence, you pay back 12% of your sales every day until it's paid back. And people go, oh, like this is easy money. And they just press the button. And they don't understand typically why they need the money. What they just know is they go, I have a PO due. I need to buy more inventory and I don't have the cash. Boink. And they press the button. Well, why? Right? It's probably because your margins aren't as good as they need to be. It's probably because your overhead is too high. It's probably because your meta spend is too high. Your CACs are too high, right? You have a business model problem. And it's like that meme where the guy like slaps the sticker on the tank of water. He's like, bam, fixed it, right? And that's what people do with the merchant cash advances. Boom, it's fixed. And then they need another one and then they go bankrupt because they didn't they fixed typically a margin problem with debt. Right? They didn't ask like, why don't I have the cash to pay for my next run of inventory? The previous run of inventory, in theory, I'm selling it for more than I bought it for. So why did the previous run of inventory not generate the cash that I need to buy the next run of inventory? And that's the question to be asking, not slap the tape on the tank. Right?
Boy, that's
so
perspective.
You need to be, if you're going to borrow money of any kind, merchant cash advance or otherwise, you need to be holding in your hand a sophisticated financial model that is telling you what you are going to do with that money, how you're going to earn a return on the money in excess of the cost of borrowing it, and how you're going to pay back the principal plus interest. And if you are holding in your hand that financial model, rock and roll, right? I mean, that's what debt is for. Debt is used all day, every day. The entire private equity industry is built on debt. Almost every public company is carrying debt because it allows them to magnify their equity returns and deploy their capital into productive places. But Unsophisticated use of debt will destroy you and you can burn your house down. So you need to be holding that sophisticated financial model. And if you are not, stop. Don't press that button.
So true.
Listening to you talk about it, it makes me think, as long as I'm near Bill, if I need a sophisticated financial model, one will magically appear. Listening to you talk about it, it makes all the sense in the world. It makes all the sense.
So if you don't have a sophisticated financial model, there are that you can find me. I will help you. There's a ton of good content on the internet. You need a 13-week cash flow model. Type 13-week cash flow model in your favorite AI model of choice. It will probably build it for you, right? Wow. And model out the cash flows. Where's the cash coming in? Now I'm layering on this new cash going out. Can I service all the debt? Am I going to have the same problem in 90 days when I need to buy more inventory, et cetera? So it doesn't have to be rocket science, but I think people think, oh, like I'm not a finance guy. Like I can't do that. Like I don't, that's beyond my scope. But that is a cop out and it's not allowed. Like you are running a business, accounting is and finance are the language of business. You need to speak the business, or you speak the language of business, or get out. It's not, you don't just get to be bad at this. Like this is the thing. You're like, oh, it's just, okay, I'm just bad at this. But I can still run a business. No, you can't. Like you got to get good. Wow.
I totally agree. I mean, if you've seen so many deals at this point, you've done so much due diligence. You see so many deals. If there's an e-commerce owner listening to this, what are the 1 or 2, 3 pieces of advice that you're giving to them so that they can actually have that exit in the next few years? What do they need to be doing right now?
It's funny. This is the second call today where somebody asked me exactly that question. I was on with a pet founder like 2 hours ago. Same question. So what's interesting, so I mentioned, that business that scaled so fast, but they were making all the wrong claims. You need to do it the right way because private equity in general. So let's even zoom out. If you're going to sell your business, there is like a 80% plus chance you're going to sell it to private equity. Yeah. Like these are your typical acquirers, right? Unless you get really big and you're Grunes and you're going to sell it, to a huge strategic. That's probably not you. Anybody listening, right? Like that's an outlier outcome. You are probably selling it to private equity or on even the lower end, a guy with an SBA loan. Yeah. Which means that these have got to be somewhat professional acquirers because their capital requires them to do a fair bit of underwriting. So you need to ask yourself, am I doing things the right way? Am I compliant with all the labor laws? Am I compliant with all the marketing law? Like, am I doing everything the right way? And if you're not, you got to get that cleaned up. So that's one. 2, you've got to be showing some profitability. I mean, I've seen people all the time. They go, oh, like we're not profitable. Or we're barely profitable because we're plowing it all back into growth. And I go, okay, so can you show me like a really sophisticated cohort model that is justifying that decision, cohort by cohort? And like the answer is always no. Because the problem is, right, like private equity is going to be using some debt to acquire your business, right? That's just how their business model works. And debt requires cash flow to service it. So if you already don't have any cash flow, I can't buy your business, right? A private equity firm can't buy your business with debt. And debt is, by the way, what allows them to pay more for your business. If they can't put any debt on it, they can't pay as much. So you need to build a business that can support incremental acquisition related debt, which means you need to be building a business that can cash flow.
Cash flow, baby.
It's got to be already cash flowing in the trailing 12. And the last thing I'll say, which is something my mentor just beat into my head. I was at a time very focused on optimizing for the exit. And I was always asking exactly that question. What do I need to do to make this thing really appealing to acquirers? And he always said to me, he goes, Bill, build a great business. Great businesses are always highly valued by the market. And what does that mean? Like a great leadership team around you. It means a growing business. It means a profitable business, right? It means you're checking all the boxes. It means you're doing everything right. It means you can go on a vacation for 2 weeks and everything doesn't break, right? Yeah. Ironically, the business you want to build is the one that you never want to sell. Those businesses get the highest prices.
Yeah.
Boy,
totally agree.
Fascinating, Bill. Bill, I while we were talking, there is a pet owner that in my Rolodex that I think needs to talk with you.
Send them my way, baby.
I'm going to do that. And the funny thing is, you may have already talked to him, but I'm definitely going to send him your way.
If I'm doing my job, I have, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, I bet you have. I bet you have. Tell us this, man. where do people find you, follow you, people, especially people in pet, and they want to, get this thing rolling, get it down the line, see if there's any magic to be made there. Where do they go and find you and talk with you?
Yeah, please get in touch. And by the way, I'm cool to talk with people, even if you don't want to sell your business right now, but like you think you might want to sell your business in 2 years, and how do you want to have a more detailed, personalized version of the conversation we just had on the pod? I'm happy to do that too. Best place to find me. So I'm on X, as everybody is. I'm at Bill DA. I also have a really long corporate email address, but like, if you just go to BillDA.com also, which is my website, remember Bill DA, like you can find me everywhere. Bill DA, Bill D'Alessandro. And there's a contact me form on there. Just hop in there or tweet me or get in my DMs. Like, I'm very easy to find on the internet. Google my name, reach out. I love to chat.
Bill DA. I think, Colin, when I come to Charlotte, North Carolina, we need to find a way to South Park and
let's go.
Have
Let's do it. I wore my poncho for you too. I'll wear it.
And you're looking good, bro. You're looking good in it too. You're looking good in it too.
We can take him to the new Charlotte Uchi that is migrating from Texas now in Charlotte. True.
That's right. Yeah, I haven't been yet, so I'll save it for you.
I have. It's pretty good.
It's good.
All right.
Let's do it.
It's time. Bill, we appreciate you joining us. We look forward to having you back, brother. Thank you, man.
Good seeing you guys. Thanks for having me.
How can you not love Bill? Bill's
Beast.
a wealth of knowledge.
Dialed in and talking about everything in regards to how to get your business ready to sell. I think one of the best pieces of advice I ever got when I was trying to sell my first business was I was talking to my buddy about it, and he was like, do you even know if you have this thing built to sell, or do you even know if anyone wants it? And I was like,
no.
That's a great question to ask, because I don't even know.
Don't know.
You have to ask those questions. Like, you have to like uncover that pebble to see what's under it. And like, then you have to build towards that in order for these things to happen.
Boy, I like talking with that guy. You know what I like about Bill? His category that he's playing in, known, built an incredible business. Had 8 brands under one roof.
Barely touched on that.
Barely touched on that. Sold to Morgan Stanley, I believe.
Crazy.
And now they're buying more brands just like him. The guy, he knows his game. He knows his game. When he's talking his game, when you're in his bag, like, you can tell, like, this guy knows everything that's happening here.
He's dialed in. Yeah.
So good. As we move forward in the show, believe it's time for our lightning round. As we move forward in the show, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Proxima AI. Your buyer data already knows what ad you need to make next. You just can't read it yet. That's the problem. And most brands and marketers just brief from instinct. What ad's working best? Let's change a little bit. Send it off to the creative team. Problem's not effort. It's that you don't have signal from your actual buyer data. Proxima changes this. Reading your conversions across real shoppers, across 2,000 plus e-commerce brands, shows you exactly who's buying what else they respond to, and where your account has gaps. You connect your Meta, connect your Shopify. All of a sudden, Proxima starts mapping every conversion back to its commerce graph, what they buy across the web, what they respond to real buyer segments inside of that. Suddenly, all the gaps are visible, and you don't brief from a blank page. You get a feed of creative briefs given to you. First 3 briefs free every single month. Stop the slop. Go to Proxima AI. First 3 briefs free every single month. Many thanks for Proxima being part of this show. Now, a little lightning round here.
Let's do it.
Before our next guest, Justin Anderson, Director of E-commerce and Growth at Recon Tools, comes to us. A little lightning round. A new Rolex boutique in the Swiss Alps. Very Bond villainish here.
Yes.
Okay. This tweet comes to us by way of Dennis Hegstead. New Rolex boutique just opened on the Swiss Alps. Inside.
Come on.
I mean, look at that thing.
Come on.
It does look like a literal freaking Bond villain, HQ.
Look at this. It's marble on the walls.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Inside a former telecommunications tower. Give us a couple more slices here, producer Jack.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty beautiful. Pretty beautiful. And look, it's not like nobody's up there. I mean, there's a reason they put it up there. The people who are skiing in the Swiss Alps are going by it. I would think maybe it's kind of like your typical Rolex store, and most of the time they don't have watches available, but I don't know. I find this compelling. I love the location, and it's
Yes.
interesting. It's interesting.
Look, if you're skiing in the Swiss Alps, you probably are in the demographic of someone who is buying a Rolex.
Yeah.
This is a perfect execution, a perfect way to use a building and repurpose it. I love that. They've built this out. They've built a beautiful view on top of all of this. Right after you go get your new Rolex, you can then ski down the Swiss Alps and ball out at the bottom of the mountain. I think the way they execute on this is beautiful. There's a reason why Rolex is who they are. There is a reason that they are a legacy brand, is because they get all of these types of things right. And this is an absolute grand slam home run for them. Again, they're incredible.
Great get for them. Great get
Yeah.
for them. Next in our lightning round, 2 months in, apparently, Meta's AI for Work chief on the way out. On the way out. This comes to us by way of Polymarket. I don't know how they always know everything, but they do. New Meta's head of product for its AI for Work transformation is reportedly leaving the company. I think that's not a bullish sign for the AI transformation that is happening inside of Meta. That's important to us because that's where everybody's spending most of their money when it comes to e-commerce in consumer. Your thoughts?
I mean, it's absolutely brutal. Another article came out this morning that Meta's morale is basically on the new lowest of lows in the entire company. And then Nikita tweeted out, quote tweeting that article, basically saying, "Come work at X, we'll double your snack budget." And so there's other companies to join. You don't have to stay at Meta. Like I've been trying to say, for everybody that's miserable at Meta, you can move somewhere else. You can go to other places right now. It's totally fine.
There are other options. There are other options. 2 more quick stories in our lightning round. Bodegas are selling peptides. I know, a beautiful thing in your eyes. I would imagine that I'll just say at this point, I don't know if I'm comfortable getting my peptides from Bodegas. I don't have any peptides as of yet, but I don't think I'm going to start here if I do. Your thoughts?
It's so funny that Andrew Huberman retweeted this and was like, "This is an absolute nightmare. Like, this is crazy unregulated." If you get your peptides from a bodega in New York City and you are like, "This is my commitment," please know that like you are taking massive risks. Please don't do this. Go through an actual like registered provider. Go through somebody like John Mark, who we've had on the show, who's like actually good at this, and not some guy that's just like, "Hey, can I get my chopped cheese and my Retta peptides?" It's like, no, dude, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Let me get a little Retta with my chopped cheese.
Chopped cheese.
Yeah,
put some pep on there. Yeah, orange drink. Yeah.
As Jenny of the Block has taught us.
Yeah.
Last here in our lightning round, specs. Not getting run down by everybody. A few more positive voices out on the timeline, as we have been.
That's what I'm saying.
This is the one and only at Ben's 145, Ben Lang. He had this to say: specs might look big, but considering they are completely standalone, no puck to offload battery, compute, or heat to, they are state of the art. Totally agree. Totally agree. I know we stumbled a little bit out of the gate with the press, general press and wordings and sayings and remarks on the timeline. But there's more video coming out of the actual experience of the specs, which I find interesting. I'd like for us to watch some at this point, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Jack Harlow looks cool. If Jack Harlow looks cool in them, maybe I can too.
Yeah, maybe I can look a little bit cool like Jack Harlow. Maybe not as cool, but like I can get maybe like a third of the coolness of Jack Harlow wearing them.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
A third cool factor of Jack Harlow.
Pretty fine.
Methinks you're doing pretty well. We have the one and only Justin Anderson, Director of E-commerce and Growth at Recon Tools, coming inside of this show. Before he comes, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Northbeam. If you're in your ads manager all day long, you know the problem. Every platform takes credit. Every dashboard tells a different story. Meta says this, TikTok says that, Shopify Dash says this much revenue, this much in spend. Sometimes it's hard to know who's actually telling the truth. Northbeam fixes this problem with their own proprietary data, starting from the actual purchase, then rebuilding the customer journey from real orders, real clicks, real ad views. Then they push that measurement back into the platforms. So they are optimizing on what's actually driving your revenue, not what the platforms think or assume is driving your revenue. Start measuring what was previously unmeasurable today. Go to northbeam.io, book your demo, and do what was previously the impossible. Many thanks for Northbeam being part of this show. Now, we must bring in the one and only Justin Anderson. I have heard that there was like a very significant Kickstarter that launched.
Huge.
Like giant. Like they were hoping like I think they were hoping for like, you know, a couple $1,000 or something. And it just like kaboom, kaboom. And I'm particularly interested. I know Justin's been growing this thing and taking it to the moon. I'm particularly interested how they've taken like the tape measure and like taking it to Mars, basically. Like AI-ified, made it remember all my measurements forever. We need to get the story behind this fast-growing brand. Everybody, welcome inside of the show, the one and only Justin Anderson. Justin, get in here.
Thanks for having me. Love the energy.
Justin, man, we appreciate you making the time to join us, brother.
Likewise, thank you guys for having me. I don't typically do podcasts like this, but thank you guys for the invite.
You know, hey, we like to do this. We like to bring incredibly smart knowers of ball on this show, like yourself, Justin, who are hands-on keyboard and making this thing happen. Man, I'd love it if you would just back up the truck a little bit and just give everybody, for those who don't know, give context on yourself. And also, man, this incredible story of what's happening over at Recon. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Okay, awesome.
You are pronouncing it correctly. I'll give you guys a quick synopsis on how I got to this very moment in time. I'm Justin. Thank you guys for the introduction and the opportunity to be here. I've worked in e-com and growth marketing since, before growth marketing was called growth marketing and it was response marketing. So, spent probably about half my career on the agency side, working for a growth marketing agency, managed about 200 million in media across a bunch of clients. 2015, the CEO of the agency was like, how do we get into e-com? You know, it was the days of like Casper and, you know, Warby Parker and some of those big brands. And so we figured it out, built an e-com team, scaled a brand there called Veer. They make a high-end wagon for kids. You guys can find them at goveer.com. Coolest wagon for kids if you have some extra money. And then kind of went client side, got sucked into the CPG world. Never really intended to end up there, but learned a ton about retail. Worked at, frozen food brand called Tattooed Chef. True Earth. We made eco-friendly laundry detergent strips. You can find them on Amazon.
Justin, come on, baby. Bro, you got lore here, Justin.
Lore.
Dude. Worked at Frost Buddy for a little over a year. I'm sure you guys have all heard of Frost Buddy.
Let's go.
Some crazy growth from 23 million to about 85 million at the end of 2025. Insulated cups was crazy. Met Christian, the CEO of Recon, on LinkedIn. Sent me a DM. Really loved the tools and the products. Loved the social footprint of the brand. North of 1 million followers on Instagram and TikTok. Videos with tens, if not hundreds of millions of views on them. We came to an agreement. I've been at Recon, I think this is my 7th week here. So apologies if I can't describe kind of how the company started and Kickstarter, but that was a huge part of the brand. We still use Kickstarter for product launches at this point. We're commercializing a brand new product called the T1R. It's our most technically advanced tape measure. We're launching it late September. I mean, it's just an incredible place to work. We have an app that connects to our products. You can share information directly from our tape measures, our digital measuring tools, to the Boulder Pro app, making workflows on job sites way easier. We're looking to digitize the last place that hasn't been digitized, and that is the job site. We're trying.
Wow.
We are trying, guys.
I mean,
that's wild, man. Go ahead,
Justin. Crazy lore. You mentioned insane brands. I would imagine just in the category that you're in, this upcoming weekend with Father's Day is like kind of your Super Bowl. How are you preparing for that? I mean, it is a huge weekend. You are in a pretty popular category for fathers.
Yeah.
How are you doing for this? Are you just constantly ripping caffeine all week? What's going on?
I typically have a coffee in the morning, but honestly, we got well ahead of Father's Day, and we didn't offer a big discount for a Father's Day promo, but what we do have is these mini buckets. And apparently there's a group of people out in the world that collects mini buckets from brands.
They do, man.
So we offered 3 free mini buckets with a purchase above $150. We've been running it on the site since, I want to say, for 2 weeks as of today, actually. And it's absolutely crushed it. Revenue's been significantly up across the board. The promotion does end Sunday night with the completion of Father's Day, but we are going to have a special deal for Amazon Prime Day next week on Amazon and on our site. So yeah, we've had a really, really good June so far. The bucket promotion has done more volume than we anticipated. I personally didn't know about this kind of bucket community, but here we are. And it's definitely given us some insights for what we're going to offer during Q4, you know, kind of that highly promotional period.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for some limited time buckets.
Isn't it hilarious how like the buckets have juice? Like I have noticed this. I can't remember. Maybe it was Home Depot or Lowe's. I know Lowe's has done some mini buckets and things like that. There's like juice around the mini buckets.
Honestly, we added them to the site, and they shouldn't have been visible to the end consumer when we launched the promo. People were buying the buckets. We had them set at, I want to say, $29.95. There's a huge viral spike, and I'm looking at Shopify. I'm like, what is going on today? And then I'm like, people are buying these buckets. So I told Christian, who's the CEO, I was like, should we hide this? And he's like, let's just up the price. So we upped the price to, I want to say, $139. People were still buying the 3-pack of mini buckets for $139 on our site.
Seriously.
Crazy. And it's kind of continued on that path. We have a really awesome growth agency, same agency I worked with at Frostbuddy. They're called Scaled. And they've been crushing it for us. So bucket promo's been pushed by email, SMS, and paid. So mostly Meta and Google is what we run.
Give me your perspective on this, Justin. I feel like, and actually we were just talking with Bill D'Alessandro about this. It seems like in today's e-commerce atmosphere, in the kind of macro environment, man, it really helps. Sometimes it's necessary to have your product just have a little sauce on there, something proprietary, something unique. And I feel that what you guys are doing, taking like tools and bring them into 2026, they can remember my measurements and like connecting them. I feel like this is it, like you're doing the thing. But I have this question when I think about contractors, men in my life who are working construction, they're carpenters, they're builders, etc. Part of me wonders, like, I don't know, maybe they just have in their mind, like, hey man, this is what I've been working with for a couple of decades, like it's good enough for me. Now, give me your perspective on, like, having been in the seat now for 7 weeks. And is this like, yes, we've got the product and our customer base loves it, or do you have to do some unique selling, some educating, some talking through, some testimonials, etc.?
I mean, that's an interesting question. When I first started, I would have thought our user base skewed younger, right? Like for multiple reasons, right? Younger people embrace technology at higher rates. Younger people, I have a 16-year-old son, they can barely tell time on an analog clock. Can they really read a tape measure? So the digital screen kind of like bridges that gap for them. So in my head, I have this whole idea of who the customer is going to be, but that proved to not be the case. Like at Recon, our customer base skews older. So it is the people that have been in the trades for a significant amount of time that are just finding significant improvements in their workflows, right? Instead of writing measurements on scrap pieces of 2x4, like our digital measuring tools will remember the measurements. Like it's life-changing. Even if you're not using our app, you can, pair your iPhone directly with one of our digital measuring tools, and the measurements will go right into the Notes app. It's crazy. I mean, it's as simple as pairing a Bluetooth speaker. It's next level. But in terms of marketing, it definitely takes some education. But at the same time, what we realized is we need to sell kind of workflow solutions, not flashy gadgets. If you check us out on TikTok or Instagram, a lot of our content is ASMR, lasers, the mechanical sounds of tapes. That does exceptionally well for us, drove a ton of awareness. Christian, the founder of Recon, makes the videos himself.
I love it.
But I think ultimately people need to understand, how is this going to help, right? Like, what is a $130 or $250 tape measure going to do to improve my efficiency, my productivity? And that's what we're really trying to help people understand. Look, measure once, cut once, instead of measure twice, cut twice. I mean, you compound that over weeks or months. I mean, we're talking about days of time savings. And then I think another point I want to make to you guys, is that I think what makes Ecomm brands successful in 2026 is founders that aren't scared to make content, right? Like, this is the second brand I've worked at where I've had a founder, first was Brock at Frostbuddy, now Christian at Recon, that just goes out and crushes it. Like, we have this huge social following. Like, it's crazy to me, Recon has such a large social following. But without that organic layer, it's impossible to acquire people profitably. Like, at least from my experience, I've been doing this since 2015. So you got a founder that wants to shoot videos, whether he's in a pool like Brock or at a job site like Christian. The key is just producing content, not working with agencies to produce that content, doing it yourself. It's such an advantage.
Whoa. Underline that one. Highlight that one. Clip that. Well, that's good, Justin.
I mean, we ran into Brock at the Commerce Roundtable and jokingly said, hey, you're a pretty jacked guy. You should just make shirtless content videos. And he's like, yeah, we're actually doing that. They perform really well. And so he's just doubling down on what's working,
He's not lying. Him and his buddy Jake, who runs TikTok Shop at Frostbuddy, there is a ton of shirtless content, and people love it in the summer. The summer's the season for the universal buddy. And it's a very simple formula. This fits all the cups. It's POV style, but the ability to just create that content without having to rely on like TikTok creators or influencers or third-party agencies to help. Like, the speed we moved at Frostbuddy is probably 1/10 the speed we move at Recon. That's our core advantage. Like, I get more done in a day here than I got done in 2 weeks of Frostbuddy. It wasn't because I was lazy. It's just because of how we move at Recon. It's crazy.
Wow. Motion.
I mean, could you talk to us too? I mean, you touched on it a little bit, but you're preparing and kind of building out this Kickstarter. Could you talk to us about what it goes into building a successful Kickstarter in 2026? Because I would imagine it's involved pretty substantially.
I wish I could, guys. I just don't have a lot of context on that side of the business, just because I started recently and wasn't part of that. Like, I came in to help drive the type of growth we experienced at Frostbuddy. Even though our products are maybe less broadly appealing and more expensive, they're still super cool and have wide application. There's an insurmountable amount of tape measures sold annually in the United States.
Well, I think this is a good point that you're making, though, Justin. And honestly, it's one that that I've had about Frostbuddy. When I think of digital tape measure, or I think of fancy new tumbler, I'm thinking I'll buy one of them. I'll buy one of them. But that's not the case. I mean, you got to find a way to get people back and get them back in the fold and buy again. Talk to me about when you think about Recon and contractor, carpenter, somebody in the trades. They're going to make a big purchase. They see, oh yeah, I value that workflow. It's going to save me time. Measure once, cut once. And how are you thinking about bringing them back and extending that one purchase to on average 1.2 and then 2 and beyond? Like, how are you thinking about bringing them back, Justin?
I mean, that's a great question. So for us, it's just product line expansion, right? Like, we're looking to be the connected tool brand. So right now, we're really focused on digital measuring tools, but we have some awesome products in the pipeline to come that are going to further kind of compound this digitization of the job site. Because again, I don't know if you guys have been on a job site recently. It's like a scene out of, the late 90s, early 2000s. It's like a Walt boombox, a bunch of guys. People are ripping cigs and Zans. I mean, it's like the old West. I mean, it's just, there's nothing that technology has done to kind of solve for that space at this point. And we're looking to be the ones that disrupt it.
That's a great point. I think too, I think what you're hitting on, I'll just say, Justin, I think it's really true. Sometimes LTV, repeat purchases, it comes down to merchandising. Like, do I have more things available that people will want? And when I think about Frost Buddy, it's like, yeah, well, I'm a Cowboys fan. I buy a Cowboys tumbler. Do they have a Texas Longhorns one though? And the Texas Longhorns one comes out. Oh, hey, now I'm interested again. I think there's a real point to this about it coming down to merchandising and having the right products available that bring people back.
There is the repeat purchase rate wasn't as high as you guys would expect at Frostbuddy. Again, those products for most people, right? Like I worked there for a little more than a year. I have a cabinet full of insulated cups to the point where my wife's like, "What are we doing with all these? Like, can we put some of these in the attic?" Right? Like, there's only so many places people can store these cups, and because they're so well built, they last forever. So, like, how many? Unless you guys are going to match your Frost Buddies with your Blazers, there's no real reason to have, kind of more than one water bottle, more than one universal. The thing at Recon that gives us a huge advantage, right, is like our AOV is pretty high. Like, I'm not going to share exactly what it is, but like well north of $100. So like, we don't have to worry about like CAC to LTV or are we profitable on our first order? Like, we don't have some of the same challenges as, people in supplements that like, need a 43% repeat purchase rate or these other crazy difficult things to achieve at this point with CPMs on Meta as high as they are. And like the erosion of Google traffic because of the LLMs, like it is such a difficult time to be an e-com if you're working for a brand that has a sub $100 AOV and has a founder that doesn't shoot content. Like I wouldn't go work at a brand that either of those things was true at. It's tough. The economics don't support it, guys.
Wow, it's
tough. Hey, I think you're saying something that people should listen to. I mean, you're saying something, Justin. You're saying something, man. Wow, that's good.
I mean, you've been through this a ton now with some really incredible brands. Could you talk about the channels that you're most excited about right now? You touched on TikTok a little bit. Is that the one you're most excited about out of all of them? Or are you kind of moving forward in the rest of 2026? You're like, actually it's this one.
Like that's a great question, guys. Like everyone's talking about app loving and TikTok shop. And like, honestly, like, I don't want to say I'm old school, but like, I'm kind of old school. You do Meta right. Meta is still the promised land, right? Like you get creative with your creative statics and videos, meme style ads, like just poorly produced from a traditional sense of the word ads still do well on Meta, right? And it has tremendous scale. TikTok shop, I had a lot of experience with TikTok shop at Frostbuddy. I can tell you guys that a TikTok shop customer is worth significantly less than a direct customer. They purchase less frequently for a second time, and they are discount motivated. They're typically lower income. So you really need to be careful depending on what you're trying to build there. Like if you're a brand that's looking for volume, that wants to sell your products at Walmart, like have at it. Do whatever you want on TikTok. It's not going to destroy the brand. If you're a premium brand like Recon, for us, it doesn't make sense to discount our product on TikTok shop, right? Like it's just, we have a shop, you can buy our products there, but we're not going to chase discounts. And I think that's the problem with TikTok. It's great that they built shop. It's awesome. But AOV is like, in some cases, half of what your Shopify AOV is, which is really not good if your AOV is sub $100, right? Like it's miserable. And I will say there's a lot of adjacent benefits, right? You build this affiliate army like Comfort or like Frostbuddy. You can start using that content in Meta to acquire customers, more efficiently because TikTok becomes like a creative testing ground. And it does directly benefit your Amazon business. Like it helped us significantly at Frostbuddy. Like we didn't do anything differently on Amazon. It was just the awareness that TikTok built that helped that piece of the pie. But it's also super labor intensive.
It is.
You almost need like a Wolf of Wall Street style figure to run your TikTok affiliates. Keep them motivated, keep them producing content. Like it's just a tough model. On the app loving front, I think they're probably in a cool number 4 or 5 spot. They'll probably capture 5 to 10% of people's budgets. Risk mitigation, easier to get on the platform. Don't love the end cards. I wish you could just drop creative from Meta or TikTok into AppLovin.
I love the end cards.
The end cards are cool, but it's kind of an issue to nuance your creative from TikTok and from Meta to AppLovin. It takes more effort than just dropping it.
It does.
Yeah.
It takes work.
Their reporting was really not ideal for a while. And I'll argue with you guys this, like, I'm happy to have this debate at some point. The AppLovin audience, my biggest problem with their platform, right, is like, I have a 16-year-old son. I watch him play games on his phone. That's not an audience that wants to be disrupted, right? Like, their focus is like, let me get this virtual currency. Let me advance this game. They're not buying shoes in the middle of that process. So like, while the experience might be great, it's tough. It's a tough platform unless they build like a TikTok shop style, store within AppLovin. I don't see how it works.
Here's what I'll say. And specifically for a category that you mentioned, sub $100, supplement focused. Man, in Q4, one of my friends was just struggle bus on Meta. It's been hard. Actually over past 12 months or so. I mean, his costs tripled, and the results
it collapses the math. Those upfront costs will collapse your math.
And what revived it was getting him over to AppLovin. That's what revived it.
Really?
And
that helped.
Here's the deal. The people that are playing inside of the game, inside of those games, of course, there's the 16-year-olds, but there's also a ton of boomers. A ton of boomers.
There are.
Like
ton of boomers.
They're not brain rot, but they're kind of crushing themselves, and you know what? They got all the money anyway.
They got all the
money. They got all the money to spend. So I've had some incredible experiences there. But let me say this. Justin, man, you've got sauce, brother.
Sauce.
You got sauce.
I've been doing this for a long time, guys. I drink on the weekends, so that's what does it.
Which this job will drive you to do. It will drive you to do.
God. Brother, I think about the day when I don't have to work in Ecomm anymore, and I can go at 3 o'clock. I'm calling. No one's going to email me. That's the dream at this point.
Okay, well, soon enough. Justin, man, we appreciate you making the time to join us, man. We're going to be following along with Recon, and when you guys have this big launch, we need to have you back and talk about it, brother. I think
I would love to. Like, if you guys want to reach out, like, August timeframe, I would love to come back on the show. I can probably get Christian to come too, and we will hype the T1R. Would love to do that with you guys.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Justin,
thank you guys so much. You earned a subscriber today of the show. So let's go, guys.
He's a knower of ball.
The lore of Justin.
He's got lore.
Yeah. Serious brands he has worked with. Very serious brands.
Serious brands. Very serious brands. Moving forward, methinks we have a little ad versus ad time.
We do
coming
it's
here.
Time.
Very soon, and I think I have got a controversial pick this week. I do.
Okay.
I've got a controversial pick. But before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the one and only Rocked After Sale. I believe that's where we are. Yes, Rocked After Sale. Most DC brands are obsessed with getting the next net new customer, as they should be. But the real lever is making more money on all those orders you're already getting without touching your ads. Wouldn't that be nice? Yes, it would. If you're doing 5,000 orders per month, you can sprinkle in an extra $3 or $4 on each one of those. Wouldn't that be nice? Yes, it would. That's what brands like Olakai, Cozy Earth, Grew Life, they are all doing with Rocked After Sale right now. Adding post-purchase upsells and downsells from the cart through the thank you page, even stacking an extra 30 to 50 cents per order just by showing offers from Disney Plus and Venmo and HelloFresh, etc. It's high margin revenue straight to your bottom line. No hit to conversion, no impact on LTV. You can be live within minutes. Go to aftersell.com/offers. You can be live within minutes. Many thanks for Rocked After Sale being part of this show. Now, producer Jack, I believe that we are ready, but I am not ready with this sound effect that I love, but I am now. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the one and only ad versus ad.
Let the fight begin.
Fight me.
It is time. one of our favorite times of the week. And the way this works, Colin One Shot Doherty, has prepared an ad of choice for the week, and I have prepared mine. We will debut them. We will talk about them. We will combat them. We will debate them. And then at the end of this segment, the illustrious producer Jack shall decide which one of us has won. Do we want to rock, paper, scissors for who goes first here? Do you want to go
Ready?
first?
We can rock, paper, scissors. Ready?
Rock.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Yeah. Okay, let's try it again.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay, you got me. All right, your choice.
You-
You want
you
to go
go
first? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
you
go
go
first.
first.
All right.
Let's do it.
My ad here is a little diabolical. It's a little diabolical. It is
Super
Okay.
diabolical.
Not advocating for. No, I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying that
Crazy.
it is an effective ad. That's what I'm saying. Okay,
It's wild.
it's all I'm saying. It is an
Okay.
effective ad, and that is the point of this segment: is effective advertisements. Bring this up for us, producer Jack. This has surfaced via Brian Bumgardner of North Beam, who is coming on here next week to talk North Beam weather report.
Love.
He had this to say: absolutely diabolical ad hanging at baggage claim in the St. Louis airport. For those who are listening right now and not seeing, yeah, exactly. This ad is static. It's hanging up at the airport, okay, at baggage claim. Big headline at the top: flatrateDivorces.com. Okay,
Crazy.
Nobody wants to go through divorce, okay? Nobody wants to go through divorce, but okay, we're just talking about the ad itself. Flat rate divorces, that's effective. Okay, effective domain. And then we have a very astute, well-dressed, handsome lawyer looking at us, smiling, and he asks the question, "Are you happy to be home?" Ooh, oh, brutal. Are you happy to be home? I mean, just tickling the twine of
Yeah.
the pain factor here. Just placing the question for you to think about. Are you happy to be home? He has his contact information there. And then big headline, flatrateDivorces.com. Not advocating for it. Again, I want everybody to always stay
Brutal.
married. But an effective ad, methinks, to get one thinking and help you remember where to go should you need his services.
I'm almost at a loss for words, dude. This is
I probably shouldn't have picked this one. But it is effective. It is effective and diabolical.
It's a pretty diabolical ad. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. And there's more. There's actually
Yeah.
more, but I only
Yeah.
surfaced one example here.
Okay. Crazy.
That's all you got. That's all you got.
Crazy. I mean, it's just crazy, and it's pretty wild. I think it's good that it is surfacing a question. It is allowing the end consumer to think, which is prompting a rumination in their head of potentially, what they want to go through.
Yeah.
And but a diabolical ad.
It is. It is a diabolical one. Next.
Next on a lighter note.
I don't think there's going to be that much commentary on that one, but
On a
effective. Effective.
Yeah, much lighter note. We have my ad, which is, Jack, if you want to pull this up, a much cooler ad, which is the Drake Kevin Durant Nike ad. Do you want to play this, Jack, with some cool sound? Let's rock and roll.
KD, Nike's trying to redeliver those shoes today. This is their third attempt.
Yeah, they just pulled up.
Sign here, please.
I love seeing KD. No Drake. I can't see Drake.
You might want to make some space.
Sweet.
Big delivery, I guess.
Got this. Come on, man, push.
Big box.
Come on.
Load.
Candyman, the baddest shoes in all the land. Another new colorway, the Perps. This is what they call keeping it P. You should change your name to Pevin Perrant right now. I swear, what's wrong with this guy? This is crazy. Best colorway I've ever seen in my entire life. Hey, Ant-Man, can you drop your purple shoes? Said 4 kids in Minnesota. Like, no one wants to see those. They want the KDs. Brother, these are 20 out of 10, not 10 out of 10. These are bangers. These are bangishas right here. Take a look. Take a look. What do you think I'm here for? Congrats once again. They're yours. It's all in the details. Special delivery, right?
Dog, you wild. These are fire, though.
Say that again. Holy smokes. Your world.
Yes, dude.
The purple candies.
Yes, dude. I love that. I think it's just hilarious that Drake is just leaning into this. Like, yes, he's the yes man for Kevin Durant. It's just super funny. It's a classic, like just two guys having fun in an ad. And I love this. I love that this is a step forward again for Nike. Like we talk about, they're making more progress again. They're making progress in the zeitgeist. This is another notch under their belt of saying like, hey, we know what we're doing. Like we understand this thing. We're figuring this out. Great ad. Great ad.
It's a great ad. It's great. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Super funny.
Change your name to Pevin Perrant.
Pevin Perrant, dude. You change your name to Pevin Perrant.
Oh, I lost my. I laughed so hard that I lost my. Look at this. Look at this.
Let's go, Jack.
Here's
Jack,
what I'll say.
That
I don't know if you can
deserve a
still
win.
hear me.
Yeah, we can.
Here's what I will say. That ad took a long time to develop. I'm selling a little bit to producer Jack right now. It took a long time to develop. Where's it going? I don't know. Remember, like we're in the brain rot economy here, okay? And it took me like 60 seconds before I even got to see Drake. I mean, something to consider, producer Jack, as you.
It was Kevin Durant. He was in the first second.
I have to replug.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, now I'm back.
That's crazy. That's a crazy statement. I love my pick, Jack. Jack, what is your pick between these two?
I have to say, like that was an effective ad. It was effective. It was effective because I mean I laughed so hard that I took out my headphones. Am I back?
Saying.
I'm back.
You're back. Yeah,
I'm back. And producer Jack chose my ad. Is that right?
No.
What?
No. She chose Nike ad. Yeah. Love a special delivery. Let's go.
Producer Jack.
Come on.
Jack. Chris's ad was too serious. Okay, that's fair.
That's true.
Fair.
That's true.
It was a little diabolical. It was.
Yeah, dude, it was sad. It was like kind of sad.
It was a little sad. It was a little sad. I honestly
made me sad. You made Jack sad.
I feel bad, honestly, for picking it.
And then mine was hilarious.
It was. It makes me happy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It makes me happy. I feel a little bad.
Should we play mine again? Should we play mine again just to get hyped?
I feel bad for picking mine. I do.
Pevin Perrant?
Pevin Perrant was like an all-time line. That was such a good line. Colin One Shot Doherty is the winner of the ad this week, and well deserved. We move forward. Speaking of award winners, we move forward to a segment here focused on Particle Awards. Particle, I'll just point this out. This illustrious new ticker at the bottom of the screen, powered by Particle. All of the juicy information that nobody else has in consumer that is aware, that we're now aware of, that is here at the bottom of the screen. People who are experiencing surges of revenue, new campaigns, new collaborations, people that are up and down. It launches. You know, it's kind of like a stock ticker for consumer here now available to us at the bottom of the screen. Even monitoring socials. Oh, such and such brand just launched this new post. It got a 17,000 likes, a 222% increase over their typical post. All of this available now at the bottom of the screen.
Let's go.
Powered by Particle. We move forward to the Particle Awards segment mid-year. But before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the one and only Rich Panel. Your CX team is buried in tickets, repeat tickets, especially, that are costing you money. Refunds, order tracking, subscription cancellations, all of it. Rich Panel is the AI help desk that fixes this massive headache and automates 70 to 80% of your interactions. You're only responsible for the exceptions. Your team of Rich Panel AI agents has got you on the rest, end to end. If you're paying humans $2 to $10 per ticket right now, you need to see what 30 cents feels like. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, it would. Ridge cut their cost per ticket by 70%, saved $500,000 per year by making the switch. Migration takes less than 2 weeks, and your CSAT score is going up. 50% autonomous resolution in 30 days, guaranteed, or your money back. Go to richpanel.com, book your demo today, and I feel like a smarter operator for saving yourself a whole bunch of money. Many thanks for Rich Panel being part of this show. Now, we have a PDF here from Particle. They have just released an award specifically focused on I'd like to bring up the PDF here, Jack. The second link. Try the second link. I like the second link better because it's a little bigger. Or is this the second link? There we go. I like this one. Particle Awards top 5 Memorial Day sales of 2026. They have awarded these. I find a particular interest, around the offer and spike of sales here. I just like to roll through them. Number one, this information is available. You should go and get it. Number two, they got the data. They got the deets.
Yeah.
They got the stats. Scroll down here, Producer Jack. Abercrombie and Fitch Memorial Day weekend sale. The offer here was something like 25 to 50% off. Abercrombie and Fitch posted the largest single day in the set. Their offer. Now I've lost the page itself. I need to get back there. Their offer specifically, keep scrolling down, Producer Jack. We need to go to Abercrombie and Fitch. Their offer particularly, final hours, Memorial Day weekend sale, 25% off on May 25th. Particle estimates on the 25th, roughly 12.1 million period high. And you look at their set. Yeah. See how that expands over the time? Basically, inside of the past 3 months, they've only had one other day there toward the end of March where they have experienced that same sort of high. So they capitalized on that weekend, and it was juicy enough. It was juicy enough to be, second biggest time period over the past 3 months. And their offer was, 25% off. Not bad.
Wow.
Not bad. Pretty good. Interesting. Second for me, though, Hollister had 25 to 50% off everything.
Wow.
That's got a little more juice on it. Scroll down there, Producer Jack. Now look at the strata of revenue here. Kaboom. Boom. Way highest of the entire period. And my summation here, I think it's pretty simple. It comes down to the offer. 25 to 50% off. If you're enticing me with up to 50% off, I'm buying. I'm more interested.
Yeah.
I think the takeaway is pretty simple for me. Your thoughts?
It's got to be the offer. It's also pretty wild that these brands are crushing it in 2026 too. I mean, just think about the brands that we're mentioning. Is it 2015 again, Chris? We're talking about Abercrombie and Fitch. We're talking about Hollister. We're talking about Kendra Scott. I mean,
or 2005, maybe 2005 even.
I remember walking into a Hollister and there were just like 2 shirtless guys covered in the amount of cologne to take out an entire town. And I'd be like, can I just get this polo? And they're like, hey man, what's up? I'm like, Jesus, give me a second here. These brands are having this renaissance and incredible data from them.
Thirdly, on Kendra Scott, this one's interesting to me. I have to say, I'm not sure that this one. I'm just put it out there. I'm not sure that this one merits award winner for me. Okay, I'll tell you why. Keep scrolling, Producer Jack. So it's up to 25% off everything. Okay, up to 25% off everything. All right, this was in the last week. Okay, and we're not reaching anywhere near the heights of where they're performing at the end of April. I mean, we're not even close. Not even close. So whatever was happening end of April, far more enticing to their audience. I don't know if they squeezed all of the juice out of the sponge before Memorial Day. That's potential. But at this point in the selling season, end of May, Memorial Day weekend, not too much left there for them. So I would just say, context I have probably comes down to the offer. And apparently, end of April, they had a juicier one. Scroll down here, producer Jack, to marine layer. Okay, now this
Love.
one is intriguing to me. I'm a big fan of marine layer.
Huge fan.
I actually thought that they were a southern brand. I thought they were like South Carolina. They're not. They're San Francisco.
Yep, exactly.
Incredible clothing. Incredible clothing.
Bam.
Theirs is the double dip sale. Okay, which I find interesting. Huge peak here at the end of May. Double dip sale is an extra 20% off. An extra 20% off. 20% off the double dip sale. So I take that to mean like whatever's on sale, you take an extra 20%. I don't think that this is just a flat 20% off.
Right.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be at our highest sales, way high over the past 3-month period. Do you take this the same way?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this data is also super important for brands if they want to run these types of sales. This is how you kind of can expect your inventory and your forecasting to go if you're running these certain types of sales and offers. And so now you kind of have a glimpse into what that looks like on a macro level with other brands.
I find this it's a good point. What's going on in our context? Who is doing what? How does that compare with competitors? Last here is Brooklinen.
Nice.
Brooklinen, who sells bedding. Long weekend refresh. They had a 25% off. Probably significant for them. I would think. When it comes to bedding, but I don't know if they don't run sales very often, but they had a big kaboom over Memorial Day weekend. It makes me wonder, honestly, if their buyer segment is kind of attuned to let me wait. Maybe there's going to be a little promo here. Let me wait. Let me see, what's going to happen. Because they've got 2 giant peaks, end of April, and then even bigger at the end of May. What's going on at the end of April? What am I missing there?
I think there's also a piece of this too with what Brooklinen is as a product, where they are cooling bed sheets, and you're seeing this in summer months as they're dropping sales in summer months when everybody gets pretty hot and the temps kind of rise. And so you see, what sells really good? Cooling bed sheets.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Kendra Scott had a big kaboom end of April. Brooklinen had a big kaboom, even bigger in end of May, Memorial Day. It makes me wonder, what's going on end of April. Anyway, fascinating. I'm up. I'm up for sure on Brooklinen. I say totally deserved. Totally agree there. I'm not so hot on Kendra Scott. I love what Marine Layer did. Give me the double dip. Juicier the offer, the more there is to squeeze out of that sponge. That's my big takeaway.
100%. Yeah. I think you should also get creative with your offers as well.
Get creative.
Get creative.
And maybe the Marine Layer thing was just 20%, but they called it the double dip, and that
changes
juicy.
Yeah.
Moving forward, a few watch and reacts here, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get there, let's talk about universal ads. If your growth is plateauing on search and social, that's a problem. And it's time to rethink TV. Universal Ads makes it simple for DC brands to run TV campaigns designed for performance without the usual mystery involved with running ads on television. UA gets you access to both premium streaming and linear inventory all in the same place. So you're reaching net new target audiences, not in the same crowded social feeds where we all spend our money already. No hidden markups or fees that eat into your results. 100% of your dollars are going to the media itself. So your dollars working harder for you, and campaign setup and management feels just like search and social. It's easy. You get live and going in minutes. It's TV designed for performance marketers. New advertisers go to universalads.com. Sign up at universalads.com. Use the code UA Cowboy. You get $1,500 in matched ad credits. In many cases, it's going to be like 3 to 5 times cheaper than what you're paying on Meta. Go work with Universal Ads. TV is back. Many thanks for them being part of this show. Now, speaking of Universal Ads, we have a very interesting video here from the one and only Daniel Druger that was just on the show. We covered a recent story, Fox doing some interesting things in the TV space. Universal Ads has now brought in this agentic negotiating process with Fox specifically that I find very interesting. Let's read this, and then let's listen to the man himself, Daniel Druger, VP over at Universal Ads. Big news. Universal Ads agent-to-agent TV buying is here. We have eliminated the back and forth. Now your campaign moves at the speed of automation. Our agent builds the buy. Publisher agents like Fox TV respond with inventory and pricing. The two agents negotiate, agree, and activate, done in minutes. Let's listen to the one and only Daniel Druger as he comments and tells us what's going on here.
Hot take alert. Buying TV ads today can feel like going to a tailor, giving them your exact measurements, still ending up with something off the rack. Look, you explain what you want, you go back and forth, they refine it, they fix it, but then you get the jacket, you get the pants, and you kind of look at it and you're like, wait a minute, this isn't what I was asking for, this isn't what I want, I don't look great, but why was it even so expensive? And so that's not great when you're trying to get into the right fit in real time. Look, you got a show tonight, you've got a dinner tonight, there's no waiting. So we're launching something new for TV buying called an agent-to-agent buying workflow. The idea is simple. What if software agents could remove the heavy lifting that burden advertisers and publishers and make things so inefficient today? So instead of all the manual workflows, advertisers building campaigns, building plans, publishers creating deals, sending them over, negotiating, what if agents could do this for everyone? It's because right now, TV buying is mostly static. The deals that publishers give are fixed, data from the market comes in late, and honestly, there's just not enough trust between buyer and seller. Now, our agent-to-agent workflow flips that. It's now all dynamic, it's driven by real-time marketplace and buyer signal, and Universal Ads already has a trust layer built in that publishers are using today. Now, it's still in its early stages, but this is a really big step towards a world where TV buying is faster, it's smarter, and honestly, it's just way less manual. So with Universal Ads, agent-to-agent workflow, you can say goodbye to off-the-rack outcomes, and now TV buying can finally start to feel tailored for you.
Let's go.
Your thoughts, Colin One Shot Doherty?
I would think that I'm going to say this, and we've said this on the show multiple times. I believe that Meta is only getting more and more expensive as time goes on. I think you need to diversify your spend. I think you need to diversify your spend on multiple channels outside of that, including AppLovin. And I would say one of the big ones right now is Universal Ads. It's incredible what they're doing. You can get actually in front of incredible people on TV. You can be on incredible channels. You can actually reach your audience where they are on TV and put your brand on the television, which is such a huge moment. This is even more of a feather in their cap that they are building correctly for 2026, agent to agent. Let's rock and roll. I would check out Universal Ads. Absolutely incredible.
I think the interesting thing, Fox, and they're talking particularly with Fox here. They're having this moment as they debut and talk about agent to agent. Particularly interesting because Fox doesn't live in the Comcast family, which that's where Universal Ads comes from. And so much inventory lives inside of there. But now in partnership with Fox, who also significant inventory inside of their family. Now they have this interesting tool, agent to agent, automating. I agree, man. Nobody wants things to take, especially in performance marketing. You don't want things to take forever. I don't want to have to make a call, tell you what I want, send you an offer, wait, get some feedback. I want the thing to happen. Thing to happen. And I find this particularly interesting on the Fox side. Just a few details here. Even in 2026, much of TV advertising still powered by manual workflow, static deals, delayed buying signals. We are committed to removing those barriers to entry to premium TV. We want premium TV for smaller and digital first brands. That's exactly who we want it for. That's why today we're launching a new approach to TV advertising for brands of all size, powered by agentic buying tools. And then particularly on Fox here, thrilled to partner with Universal Ads. This is from Chief Strategy and Operations Officer Stefano Kim over at Fox. Thrilled to partner with Universal Ads to take the first step in agent-to-agent ad buying. Collaboration unlocks new possibilities for advertisers of all sizes, making premium Fox inventory more accessible and dynamic, like the World Cup, than ever before. Together, we are redefining what's possible in TV advertising. And you know what? Yeah, maybe when Croatia plays, Cape Verde, or I don't know, whoever. Maybe I do want to be on there. Maybe we need an Ecomm Cowboy advertisement on there inside of Fox's premium inventory, and now able to have that via universal ads with agent buying. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Incredible.
Moving forward to our best of the rest and moment of Zen for the day. Before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Axon by AppLovin. If you're running a D2C brand and you're not on Axon yet, you're leaving money on the table. Axon gets you in front of more than 1 billion new customers inside the games that everyone loves and loves to play, like Solitaire, Mahjong, Candy Crush, etc. And more people play mobile games than you think. We're talking mainstream, financially comfortable household decision makers. And the unlock is the format, okay? Average watch time of 35 seconds instead of 0.35 seconds on various other platforms. And I testify to this. This is my case. Absolutely. Meta was tripping. Helped move some of the ad spend. One of my friends' brands over to Axon, got resurrected back up into the right. New customer acquisition in Q4 when we most needed it. Most of the clicks, 80% of the purchases happen within 1 hour of the click. You can get going in less than an hour and spin up to 100K of spend per day in less than a week. Wayfair, Dr. Squatch, your favorite brands are there. You should get there before your competitors do. Go to axon.ai/en/ecom cowboy. Tell them that Chris and Colin sent you. Many thanks for Axon by AppLovin being part of this show.
Let's go.
Best of the rest. Best of the rest.
Let's go.
Little new capabilities, little new availability from Claude Design. I'm a little questionable on this one, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm happy that it's available for everyone on all paid. What the update here is for Claude Design. New in Claude Design, stays on brand with your design system across projects, lets you edit directly on the canvas, syncs with Claude Code, connects to more of the tools that you already use. You can import design system from a repo, your design files, your code base, etc. And the redesigned editor is supposed to be steadier for daily work. You get new layout controls, etc. And Claude Design and Claude Code work together in both directions. What I'll say is the thing that I'm a little questionable about on this. I've got highest plan that one can have on Claude, or at least for kind of a prosumer like myself. I've got the Claude Max. I don't ever see Claude Design on there. I mean, like, I want to use the thing, but the way this thing is laid out, I don't even really know how to access it, which it's kind of like puts this into question for me. I don't know how to work the thing. That's what I'm not thrilled about right now. I want to use it. I don't even know where do I find it in Claude. I know this kind of probably dates me a little bit, but I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I got a message this morning when I opened up my Claude that we are dropping Claude Design. Check it out here, learn more. If you want to use Claude Design, one of the things that you could do is you could ask Claude, how do I use Claude Design?
I have done this. Okay, I have done this. I still find just the whole user interaction bit. I find the user experience just a little, mysterious.
They'll figure it out. I mean, this is an initial launch. This is totally the future of design and how everything is rolling. I say that because all of the MCPs are now tying directly into Claude. And so you're basically in the future, my prediction is you are going to be running your entire business, all of the connections inside of an LLM, including design, including Facebook ads, including XYZ thing. And design is going to be a huge part of that. So you're just going to have it natively inside of there. You're not going to bump out and go somewhere else for design, unless maybe it's an MCP and then it ties back into the design functionality. But it seems like Claude's not really going to kind of allow that or promote that. And so this is the future of the design work.
Well, I'm down for it. Just
let's do it.
My request is make it easier for me to find.
Make it easier.
And use.
That's fair. That's fair.
Second best of the rest here. This is fascinating. Anyone, let's just say there was intelligent life 2,000 light years away with a big enough telescope. And they were looking at Earth. What they would be seeing right now is Rome at its height. And details here from where they sit, Jesus wouldn't even have been born yet. Wild, wild. They'd be looking at us and seeing Caesar. I mean, it's crazy. Isn't that crazy?
This is like the stuff that kind of breaks my brain. These interstellar type of things where it's like black holes and like the fundamentals of physics and astrophysics and all of these things. They kind of start to break your brain where you're like, wait, what goes on? Where you if you start to go this way around a black hole, then time slows down and then you're not, wait, what? And then if you turn back and look through, and then it's like, wait, but how I'm now? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
There's super weird stuff that you could get lost in if you want to go through all of this. And there's actually a really good Joe Rogan podcast with an astrophysicist who talks through this. Listen to that, and you will literally be like, I don't even know what I know anymore. Like, is this even real? Am I even in a room anymore? It's so good. And he dumbs it down to like, hey, human being, chimpanzee man. This is actually what's happening with you. And he makes it, somewhat relatable. It's so wild.
Last of best of the rest, producer Jack, let's skip forward to Jellycats.
Let's go.
New drop. This was exciting.
Let's go, baby.
Colin One-Shot Doherty. Let's
Come
see
on.
this. Saw this bear in his hiking outfit and
Yeah.
almost cried. He is a cute little buddy.
Look at him.
Bartholomew the bear.
Look
with
at
his
him.
hiking outfit.
Yeah, look at that. He can wrap up back into his own little guy, dude. That's the cutest little guy. That's how your email finds me, dude. That's how your email finds me.
It's a cute stuffed animal, and now we know Colin's spirit animal.
Dude, look at that little guy.
Little buddy.
You know how much it costs?
$30,
$80, and they're gonna sell out of them.
Pretty significant. Pretty significant. Lastly, here, our moment of zen as we close out this show. I think probably everyone would like to own a business like this. At least I would. Look at this.
Oh,
this is a convenience store on the water. Imagine Lake Austin, Lake Georgetown. This thing exists, and look at that.
We have one of these.
You have one
on Lake Norman. Yeah, there's a basically a convenient coffee shop that also has donuts that goes around Lake Norman, and it's awesome.
Does it sit like this?
It kind of it doesn't have this design, but it sits exactly like this, where it's like a box and it's got a motor, a trolling motor, and stuff like that. It's not like convenienced out and like lights and stuff, but it's like cool. It's a convenience store.
As we close the show today, last thoughts, words of wisdom from you, Colin Doherty?
You can just do things. There's, AI companies that are shipping groundbreaking medical equipment, and then there's also companies shipping $80 teddy bears. So you can just do things.
You can just do things. Many thanks to Brandon Kim, co-founder and co-CEO of Brevite, for joining us talking content game. Many thanks to Bill D'Alessandro for talking pet. And what kind of companies are getting bars from him? Many thanks to Justin Anderson, new director of e-commerce and growth at Recon Tools, for joining us. Thanks to Northbeam, Seguno, Postscript, Rocked, Aftersale, Axon by AppLovin, Proxima, Universal Ads, Rich Panel, and Intelligems for making the show possible. Thank you for being here and listening. We will be here tomorrow with another jam-packed one. Got some great guests tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. We will see you on the other side.